What up? What up, people? What was that? Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, we live, so yeah, just let us know. Just holler.
Trying to say we was live for 11 minutes. Okay, thank you for coming. Thank you for joining our UnitedComicsUniverse live chat for 3 p.m. Sorry we were a little late, having a little bit of technical difficulties. I know I just remixed that word, but hey,
Yeah.
I'm sorry for the morning live stream that wasn't have, not morning, but noon not live stream wasn't have. But due to YouTube censoring us, like we wasn't able to actually do the live stream for you guys this afternoon. So that's why we decided to actually do a live stream for you guys today, doing comment talks, versus battle debates, predictions, what's all going in the comic world. You know, like we got the host here. I'm the host, you know, Fenrir Moon, you know, all that good old stuff. And we got JoninSho right here, special guest, and also we got Untitled again. Cool. So, like I was saying, YouTube is censoring us this afternoon. We sent our notification to you guys, let you guys know what was going on, just in case you didn't know why we wasn't live chatting. I mean, live streaming gameplay. Okay, I'm a little off right now, but live game playing, streaming Final Fantasy remakes, and because that was Mama Nin is doing that. The reason why we couldn't do it because the YouTube is acting like little children.
Yeah,
blocking us, man. They blocking it. That's some serious dumbness. But hey,
yeah, let's move on.
Let's move on. Speed past that, because you know how I said they can't hold us back. It's time for this comment talk. I think Jet about to say something.
Mm-hmm. You know what occurred to me? We can always finish our debate battle right now.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
that's a great idea.
But see,
I want to know what the hell is going to happen.
But first, we will do that. But since we have a special guest, JoninSho, that we very have on the show, it's a rarity thing. Let's ask him what he want to discuss about, and then we go into that because we're going to be doing prediction, like I was saying, debates versus what's new going on in MCU, DC. We're having a nice comic talk. So let's get into it. So, JoninSho, what do you want to discuss today?
Oh, okay. I don't know. First thing, top of the head, I was thinking about Henry Cavill, Superman. Yeah, I think he did an excellent job on The Witcher. I actually like him as The Witcher better than Superman, but yeah. But I really do love him as Superman, and I remember it was some hype. You know, people was thinking, you know, he was no longer going to be Superman because he did The Witcher, and I think in one of the videos in the past in the discussion, I was saying that he ain't gone anywhere. He's just doing The Witcher. They're not ready for him yet, so he should be fine, because you never heard any official information that he actually left, you know, Warner Brothers or whatever. You never heard anything about that. So, but they say he's back now, you know, and he's available to do another Superman or whatever like that. But I don't think he ever left, and that's good because I think he's one of the best. Nobody can top Christopher Reeves, though.
Yeah.
You know, I know they say he love Henry Cavill. I'm a big Henry Cavill fan, but Christopher Reeves is what you call the one. He was the one.
Right.
Because he just had everything. He brought that compassion, but with that strength and that concern. He just seemed like he cared more than any Superman I've seen so far.
Right.
And you got to realize Superman got a big heart. Think about it. Think of his personality, his character. Superman has a huge heart. Because think how powerful he actually is. You never really get to see what he truly can do until somebody pisses him completely the hell off. And then he start doing things that you can't even comprehend. You know, that shows that he's a real good guy and somebody you can actually trust to protect our planet or whatever in the comics, because the big heart that he has. But they also get him in trouble because sometimes I think he needs to be a little more ruthless to prevent bad things from happening, if you know what I mean.
Right.
But yeah, I think Henry Cavill right now that I can think of, I think he's the perfect Superman, and I think they should continue on with him as long as he's willing. And you know, as long as he works for the projects, because you know they change it up and they might have to go with somebody else because he might not have the right chops for it.
Yeah.
But okay. Off the top, that's what came to me. And what else? Oh, Shang-Chi. We got the Shang-Chi out. A lot of news coming out about it. One time, me and Fareed was discussing what was that? We saw the Avengers Tower.
Yeah, Avengers Tower, yeah.
In the back, the set photos that leaked or whatever what it was some footage.
It was some footage.
Yeah, behind the scenes footage. And they showed the Avengers Tower in the background, so that pretty much would prove that he'd been in the MCU the whole time.
Yeah.
And different things been going on. So I'm guessing they're gonna show a lot of flashbacks, perhaps, kind of like Arrow.
Yeah.
So they're gonna show some flashbacks, I'm guessing, and they're gonna show that tower in the background, like, oh, the Avengers Tower was not destroyed. The Avengers Tower already, so all this was going on. But he's in New York and he got all of the street heroes right there. So I think it would be kind of absurd if we don't capitalize on that and see some of the the street level heroes like Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, Punisher, especially Daredevil, because he's so well loved, and I think even Kevin Feige kind of approves of him, and well, it might be just because the fans love him that much. He got a heavy fan base just for Daredevil. Not even for Charlie Cox, just for Daredevil. They really love him as Daredevil, and he's willing to do it. He loves the role, sound like. But I think they should capitalize on that and use it. I think he should appear in it, or some of the other street level heroes. I think they should appear in it. And Shang-Chi, he was a Defender before, so it makes perfect sense. Maybe Shang-Chi 2, the Defenders. Maybe they all come together to take down the Mandarin.
Yep.
Who knows?
Yep.
Oh, how about a fight scene between Shang-Chi and Iron Fist? Friendly sparring match.
That would be great because they had some epic fights in the comics. But I think, as far as I can tell, what I remember, I haven't seen much of the new stuff. Shang-Chi arts was just so absolute, and his dedication to his craft was so deep. Just meditation and martial training made him like almost seem superhuman, and he was able to beat people with actual superhuman abilities because his knowledge and his skill was so accurate that he could devastate people pretty much. Not quite like Karnak, hit your weak points, but he do take them weak points out and stuff like that. But I heard they gave him powers or something. He can multiply, clone himself or something.
Yeah,
I'd like to see that on film. That would be great. I'm not sure what they're going to do to limit it, because if he can turn into a lot of different clones, that might kind of make him a little OP in the MCU. They might figure out how to depower him, because if he can do that, that would allow him to really, really overwhelm villains, I would think. I would think that would make it really hard to beat him, because you don't know which one is the actual main person. And then you got to deal with all of them versions of him at the same time. So I don't know.
Yeah, and I also heard in there that it's a possibility, rumors going around that Baron Moto might be in the Shang-Chi movie.
Yeah.
Now, at first I was like, how's that even going to work? And then because JoninSho and I was discussing that, and then JoninSho bring up the point about it could be like background scenes. Like not background scenes, but flashback scenes like Arrow.
Yeah.
And then I was watching Doctor Strange not too long ago. Everybody know out there that that's my favorite, but
mine too.
One of mine too.
So
we get along.
Yeah. So, and you remember when
I would fight for Doctor Strange?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You remember when Moto was telling Doctor Strange that you have no idea what I have done? And you notice that Moto have all them scars on his face. So it could be a possibility. And the ancient one said that he's what he said it, how you say it? rugged edges around him, and he's like inflamed by his youth. So they're basically saying something that he had fired away his youth. So back in the day, he most likely was doing some stuff that he shouldn't have been doing. And the ancient one saved him and bring him on the right path. But you know how long that lasts. So I'm guessing it's something that he was involved back in those days, probably dealing with Shang-Chi, and that molded him. Mm-hmm. And he still, whatever happened to him in his past and what kind of personality he had in his past, he still haven't let that go. Because think about it, I'm thinking whatever happened in his past, that it was like kind of like really trauma to him. And the ancient one actually came to him and actually showed him a better path That's probably why at the beginning of the movie he was all about the Ancient One, loving the Ancient One and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Until it didn't fit in his box. He could have actually felt in his past life, he could have actually truly was loyal to someone, and they was telling him all this, and then they lied to him, and they didn't tell him all the information. That could be hurt. That could have hurted him. That's probably why he act that way with the Ancient One. That's just for the people.
Take a breath so someone else can come in.
Yeah, well, that's for like some of the people where I actually try to make up what he actually like Moto actually did. But for real people, that was just some bull crap. He shouldn't even been switched one. Period.
All he had to do was do the same things that he was telling Doctor Strange when he was trying to help Doctor Strange, trying to teach him.
Yeah.
If all he needed to do was listen to his own words.
Yeah.
And the Ancient One, when she talked to Doctor Strange about him, she said as far as I remember, she wanted Doctor Strange to help him out because something about his upbringing made it where it's like it's difficult for him to accept things like changes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
she said he was very rigid.
Yeah, rigid.
Yeah,
that's
so
why
he's not flexible.
Yeah.
Which makes him weak because you got to be to adapt, especially in that world. Mysticism,
yeah,
supernatural things, you never know what's going to happen.
So as far as I remember, she the impression I got was she thought they would make a good team. Like his rigidity, like, and Doctor Strange's flexibility.
I'm sorry, I need to say this. Just in case when you guys come in and y'all sending out comments and it's not coming through and we don't reply to your comment, the reason why, I meant to say this at the beginning of the chat, I'm sorry, Ninja, I cut you off, that I think it's important for them to let them know.
Okay.
Yeah.
That the reason why we canceled the live stream this afternoon because YouTube censored us with the chat. We cannot pretty much send anything in the chat. Every time we try sending stuff in the chat, it disappeared. So I can't even see if you are actually sending something through the chat also. So we're not ignoring you. We just can't see it due to what YouTube is doing. But what we're doing, we actually having this live chat and discussing this stuff for you guys because, for y'all can at least come enjoy our content because, y'all guys love our best to make sure y'all get to enjoy content out there every day for you guys if we can. Yes. So, and the plan was for y'all to actually come to this afternoon and YouTube block us, so we ain't trying to let y'all so we not gonna let them stop us for having our comic talk, enjoy our comic community. Yeah. So basically what we doing now, we came together to do this video for you guys, where y'all can watch this video later, for y'all can see our predictions and everything, because I want y'all to let y'all know that we care about you guys, we love you guys, and we really appreciate y'all support. That's why we taking the time to even do this for you guys. Sorry I didn't do this at the beginning, but I
can't do it without you.
Yeah,
it's up to you.
It's up to you.
It's up to you.
Yep.
So, yeah. So, sorry about that, Ninja. What you were saying?
You might want to try refreshing your chat or refreshing your live stream. If your messages disappear, you're being affected by the same thing everybody else is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's what happened to us this morning.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, that it's not recording anything that's, any messages that's being inputted in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, what I was saying, yeah, I think I remember, as far as I remember.
Hello, Mama N.
Hey, Mama N.
Hey.
What's up?
Oh,
we can see you.
Oh, we can see the chat.
It lives.
Yes, it does. So can
try yeah, you about to say that? Refresh. Try refreshing it, Mama N. See if your messages disappear.
So why she doing that?
Yeah. So basically, I was thinking that the Ancient One thought that Doctor Strange and the other dude would be a good team because they would basically they would complement each other because he's very rigid and strict.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange way more fluid and inventive.
I agree.
So it's like, the two of them put together would have been good if the other dude had did what he was supposed to do.
Yeah, she said that. I believe so. I guess that would kind of balance them out. Because one is kind of immovable, and the other one is kind of like calculated and willing to adjust. Mm-hmm. So, he can be the foundation of things because he don't move.
Right.
So if you move too far from what things are supposed to be, then the balance between them two, you should be able to work out what you should actually be doing.
Right.
Because that way you won't go too far, and then that way you won't do things basically you shouldn't. What am I trying to say?
I get it.
Do things basically you shouldn't be doing.
Right.
It's like you don't deviate too far from what he was calling natural law.
Natural law. Yeah. Natural law. Was it natural law when he did at the post credit when he went and took that man magic away from him?
Natural law is whatever he thinks.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like once he did that, they showed that everything it was just basically he's mad. He basically acting like a child. He's mad because the ancient one ain't what I thought or whatever. But see, he already know the ancient one can't tell him everything.
Right.
And he can't do what the ancient one can do. Where she can handle Dormammu, trying to manipulate her, trying to control her. She know that not everybody can do what she can do. So of course you don't want everybody going crazy and connecting to Dormammu and trying to use his power, channeling power from his dimension, and then all they basically do is give themselves to him. So I'm guessing whatever she can do, not too many people can do it, and maybe it can't be taught. Who knows?
In this case, I'm thinking it was Doctor Strange's lack of wisdom that caused the whole problem. Not pretty much like at that time, because instead of going privately to the Ancient One and being like, "Hey, what's up with this? I know that you're using this," he brought it out in public, and he was just inexperienced. He was too new to the situation to know that that's something you should go in private, because by bringing it out, she didn't have a chance to explain everything to him, and he would have understood it. Whereas Mordo wouldn't have understood it. That's why she hadn't told him yet.
And then another thing, you got to realize the Ancient One, she already got future knowledge. That she showed the example that when and what was that Endgame?
Oh yeah.
She used the astral palm to separate Hulk from his body. Yeah, she got future knowledge because she already knew that he was coming. The way she acted, all casual, like she expected him to come, and she's like, "Oh, you looking for Doctor Strange? So you're about a few years too early."
5 years.
That would indicate she got future knowledge, and that's if you notice in the scene where she warned Doctor Strange, like it basically saying it's up to you what you say, but realize what your actions might cause if you do say it. But because she's trying to respect natural law, she's not revealing what is about to happen. She's not trying to change basically the future. You see what I'm saying? That's why she just let Doctor Strange do that without even trying to clarify anything, because she's not taking away his choice to do what he wanted to do.
Right.
And
she already knew the scene with.
I gotta grab a mic or something. Woman in the sense got a buzzing sound on her.
Buzzing sound? Oh wow.
So let me see if I can grab a mic.
Well,
I'm gonna be gone, but you can see my picture right here, so I'm still right there.
You can talk to the picture.
Speaking of clones, right? But yeah.
What was that? Oh yeah, the future site, because she was talking to Professor Hulk, telling him that Doctor Strange is supposed to be going to be the best among them. That's why she gave him the stone in the first place, because she realized that if Doctor Strange had chosen that path, most likely he did it for an extremely good reason, and she needs to make sure she goes with it to accomplish what he was doing.
That's a good point. You know what, though, that makes me wonder. Well, talking about Doctor Strange, in the Ancient One, if she knew this, right? Why would she take a chance of losing him by telling him no at first and making him earn it? Would that be too dangerous if he's so responsible for something that happens in the future?
It might have been one of those nexus points in a timeline where she has to wait and see what he does to see which timeline he's going to follow. Like if he left, then this timeline was going to happen. If he stayed, then that timeline was going to happen. And maybe if she accepted him right away, something might have happened.
I got to do this mic right quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Something might have happened differently if she would just let him stay without.
They won't be able to hear you. Oh, that's what I'm saying. I got to do this mic right quick.
Okay.
Should be take that long. because I had to switch out the mic, make sure it's working.
Shouldn't you put the
Thank
mic
you.
down so we can actually do a real test instead of holding it up to your mouth?
Good point. Because if it ain't gonna be up there when we shooting, then right? Then we
Right.
Okay, probably have to speak a little louder than normal.
I don't know. We might be to put it on your shirt and it pick up since you right between us. We could try see what happens.
Okay.
So you could talk a little softer since you're directly on the mic, and then we can talk a little louder.
I get some float mics.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, sound good now. Okay. Cool. Great. Let's want to do like a little quick test run right quick. See if you can hear JoninSho.
Can you hear me now?
Sorry for the guy for the little stop. We're trying to make sure the sound is working properly. Something started happening with the sound, so we're trying to make sure it's proper for you guys.
They know how this thing goes.
Okay, cool. So let's get to it.
You ain't got to speak.
Right?
We bumming it.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Gotta start somewhere.
say a bit soft. So
It might.
maybe if right here.
Maybe you can put it to the top of your head.
Yeah. Probably could do it right here.
Does it turn up mic sensitivity?
Not at all.
Oh.
Okay. So you still can hear us pretty good, mom and then? Probably have to speak loud.
Mm-hmm. How's that?
Okay, so we just gonna keep on flowing, because we know we got sound. So sorry, there's like a 8-second delay.
Oh, no problem.
That's no problem. Like, so it's like an 8-second delay. So that's cool. So we're just gonna keep on flowing. Unless I just bring the mic right here, maybe we can be better like right here. So
phone check 1, 2 check can you hear me now?
Oh, I know what we can do. Soon we want to start talking, just put the mic over there like that and do like that.
Oh wow, really?
What if we're going back and forth? You'll be like,
That's well.
Hey, you the host, right? You ain't control the mic. You better float that mic. It ain't gonna float by itself,
right?
mm-hmm.
Okay, so boom. I can hear you. Okay. Okay, so what you were saying, Keith?
Hey,
we making it work.
Oh yeah, I think the last thing I was saying was maybe she took the chance on him not coming back because it was like an important nexus point in the timeline where everything that happened next depended on what he did. So she had to let him make that choice. Just like JoninSho was saying earlier, she had to let him make that choice if he was going to say what he was going to say or not.
You know what? But you saying that also makes me realize that the obvious I should have realized. Maybe that's what she had to do. Maybe in the timeline she saw where things worked out, she first told him no.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So that's cool. So
oh,
cool.
Great.
Thanks, Mom. Then now. So, want to get back to this and get to that debate? Finish doing that debate. What the debate was with Spider-Man and Black Widow, right?
Yep.
Okay, so what was your? So it's time for the debate time between Black Widow and Spider-Man. Who will win this debate? We will find out right now.
Since you two, that's good though. Mine is good right now. Since y'all two debating, let me announce it. It's time for a debate battle. Let's get it on.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Okay. Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay. So you go first.
Can
What's
we get
going
some
on?
hype? Anybody there? Can we get some hype? Can we get some hype in the chat?
Say debate time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. So we're getting with this debate. Let's see. Now, cause we debating right here doesn't mean that you in the chat doesn't mean that you don't have to say anything. You can say your opinion or what you think. Hey, you never know, that might decide the final result. But hey, we'll see.
Yeah, if that's one of your heroes that you like, support them.
Yeah.
Maybe you can sway them.
Yeah, because I'm representing Spider-Man. Najeta representing Black Widow. The MCU. Black Widow, the MCU Spider-Man. And she only coming with the debate when Black Widow was only an Endgame. Okay, and I'm going with the Spider-Man Far From Home. So any of the gadget that he got in Endgame and everything doesn't matter. It's all what he did, all what he have in Spider-Man Far From Home. The last time we seen those characters in the MCU. So therefore, Black Widow was in the Endgame.
Oh, excuse me one time. Mama said JoninSho is going invisible.
Oh wow!
Well, I was starting to disappear.
Is that even happening?
I don't know. It's like looking at the screen. It's like I saw a little black spot.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah,
it's like appearing and disappearing. What's going on?
Yeah, I don't even know what's going on with that. But
problem with the green screen, maybe.
Probably.
I don't know. Anyway, just ignore that.
Yeah. So that's what we're about to do now. Jet about to start off and see why she would think that Black Widow will be able to beat Spider-Man. Remember, this is MCU.
Okay, so let me get this right. Spider-Man, Black Widow, their last known status, right?
Right.
So, okay, remember the armored suit was an issue. You tried to bring in the spider armor that Tony made for him, which was devastating. That was a serious armor.
Yeah.
So he no longer has that because what was that, Far From Home?
Mm-hmm.
And last we know that Far From Home, he got with Happy. Happy basically gave him the keys to the kingdom.
Right.
And he started designing his own suit.
Right.
Using Iron Man's technology, and that's the last suit he had.
Right.
And I don't really know how much they showed what that suit can do.
Right.
But it was definitely not the Iron Spider.
Right.
So I would consider that a downgrade, really, until we know more about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we can only use what's been shown, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay then.
Okay then.
So let's keep it there.
Mm-hmm. And we're not talking about Black Widow in Endgame after she died. We're talking about before she died.
Oh yeah, because you know somebody will say that. Yeah. Like, Black Widow, how Black Widow will fight Spider-Man when she's dead?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So that actually is the point.
Well, maybe we should go back to a movie where before she died.
No, it's a good Endgame. We already said that what we're going to do, we're not going to include the time that she died. We're just going to include
everything up to when she was alive.
Yeah.
I guess that's with any character, right? For future reference.
Yeah.
That's right.
So at the beginning of the end game and to the time she died, that's what you got.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are we ready?
Yep.
Okay. So this is what I'm thinking right here. So Black Widow is a very experienced, highly trained assassin, and she did have the Red Room serum, which is similar to the Super Soldier serum, so she does have physical enhancements. She's very tactical, very good at manipulation. You saw what she did to Loki, manipulated the crap out of him into telling him what her plan was, and then he just looked totally like, what the heck just happened when she walked away. But he is evil and
ignorant, though. He is evil, so.
But she knows how to use someone's own things against them. That's the whole part of her manipulation.
Mm-hmm.
So, unlike this, starting off at my first point, she's got way more training and experience than Spider-Man, so even though he's stronger and faster and can shoot web, I think her training and experience would win out over his youth and inexperience.
I see what you're saying. He's a youngin'.
Yeah, but he did go up against Thanos. He didn't go up against no weak opponents. And he's got high intelligence, and he can learn and pick up things more. And he also have experience in fighting.
He has some experience, but she has
I know she had more
actual training. And you got to remember, Thanos kicked his butt. So
kicked her butt too.
Yeah, but you brought him up that he fought against Thanos.
But would she been able to survive Thanos' punch?
He wouldn't have survived it if he didn't have the Iron Spider on.
He didn't have the Iron Spider on when he got hit. Even though if he did, he still. But think this out.
No, he did have it. No, he did have it on. No, because
he did have it on. I made a mistake. He had it on. But check this out though. He is still strong because when Thanos actually hit Tony Stark with the suit, and Tony Stark is a better grade than Spider-Man, he actually damaged Tony Stark. Tony Stark was actually damaged.
But Black Widow has the Red Room serum in her body. Tony Stark's not working with any of that.
But look what Spider-Man have. He have enchanted speed, enchanted agility, enchantments intelligence.
He didn't have,
and he's a tactician, and he has experience in combat.
He didn't get damaged when Thanos hit him. Thanos picked him up and threw him.
Of course, he didn't get damaged. So He didn't get.
Nah.
You know what? Let me step in here. I'm thinking we need to move away from Thanos because we can't really use him as the equalizing thing. You know, because neither one of them really. Well, Black Widow definitely didn't really get to fight Thanos that much, but the competition is between Black Widow and Spider-Man. So I think we need to keep it on their capabilities and the feats that they actually accomplish, and not what they could and could not do to Thanos. You know, you see what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, I'm thinking. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm thinking so.
Yeah. So, what the fighting experience did she have? Because you got to base it off the MCU.
Exactly. What fighting experience does she have? Do we have to wait for the Black Widow movie to come out to spell
That's
it
not
out?
out. You can't include that. I'm talking about I'm talking about right now.
You saw
right now
her
in end
fight.
game. Right now in end game. Right. She didn't have no fighting experience.
You're just making shit up.
No,
sorry about that. You're making stuff up. You have seen her fight in the MCU.
It's like this.
We don't know what
it's like this.
Oh my God.
It's like this.
You've seen her fight in the MCU.
I've seen her fight in MCU, but she died. I'm just saying. But
she sacrificed herself for the Soul Stone, which makes no sense. But we're gonna leave that alone because that's what we're talking about. But what I'm saying is, even though I give you that. True, she have a lot of fighting experience and whatnot and stuff, right? And tactical training.
And so did Spider-Man.
Well, Spider-Man doesn't have a lot of tactical training.
You don't know how much tactical training he had.
Did they show any of his tactical training?
Yes,
no.
When he was actually fighting. He actually did outsmarted Mephisto, whatever. Not Mephisto, but Mysterio. He outsmarted a whole bunch of people.
That's because he's smart, not because he has tactical training. There's a difference.
No. You know, tactical training, you do have to use your intelligence
Mephisto
with the
is just a
tactical
normal
training.
human who is being all messed up because he was mad at Tony Stark for being an idiot.
Who? Mephisto?
I'm thinking of the wrong guy?
I think
the one
so.
with the globe on his head?
Oh, Mysterio.
Mysterio.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Mysterio, that's his name?
Mysterio. Okay, I started with the M and ended with the O, so I was close.
Okay. Yeah.
So remind me of who Mephisto was again?
He's one that with Ghost Rider.
Mm-hmm.
You know the
the demon dude.
Yeah, demon dude.
Okay.
That's a different type of manipulation that he do, compared to what Black Widow will be doing, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
So I'm saying that even though he's stronger, faster, whatever, she with her superior training in fighting skills and tactics and experience in general, because she was raised in that environment, she would be able to outmaneuver Spider-Man. He's super smart, but he's not trained to use that intelligence in a fighting situation the way she is. She's also smart.
Yeah. That's a different type of intelligence. Like fighting genius is different than intellectual genius, I guess you could say.
So what is her fighting capability?
Her fighting capabilities is she does have more speed than an average human, more agility, and more strength from the Red Room serum.
What does this Red Room serum do to her?
Gives her more speed, agility, strength.
That's it?
Would you shut up?
I shouldn't try to debate, and she don't even know the character she's debating with.
I just told you what it does.
It's like, okay, you keep saying the same thing. What else it enhanced besides this?
And her durability.
And the durability, how much?
They don't say. It's just more than your
average. Is it enchanted?
Can you give me a number on Spider-Man's enhancements?
Yeah, enchanted strength.
That
means it's a higher level than regular.
Not a number.
That means that's a high level. That means that it's on a. It's like okay.
Enhanced.
Yeah, enhanced.
Okay, my bad. Enchanted. We talking magic.
Yeah, magic. I meant to say enhanced. Enhanced goes. Yeah, she got enhanced. Thanks for letting me know about that. I mean to say enhanced. Enhanced.
That's what I mean for.
Enhanced, right? First, when I looked on the MCU, let's I overlook the MCU Black Widow, they ain't say anything about her enhancements.
When I looked, they said it. And remember the last
Which one you looked on? You looked on the MCU?
I can't remember. I know it was MCU Black Widow. I just can't remember where I looked. But what I'm saying is I already acknowledge that he's stronger and faster. I'm saying her experience and tactical ability is what would compensate for his being faster and stronger.
He can calculate. I mean, you gotta realize he can calculate. Okay, we got two people coming straight right here, fighting, going straight up like this. Now, where Peter Parker sat there and just waited her to try to talk to manipulate him?
He doesn't have to sit there and wait. She will take the best opportunity if she's going to try to manipulate him. But you haven't even clarified the first point I made.
What is your point?
I am saying her training and experience would compensate for the fact that Spider-Man is actually stronger and faster. And you haven't refuted that yet. You just keep skipping around the subject.
No, I said true, okay, but that really doesn't. I mean, okay, she got this. Okay, Spider-Man got strength. See what you not really understanding is that Spider-Man is highly intelligent. He can calculate. Most likely, he probably can calculate a lot faster than she can calculate.
Look, there's a difference
and another thing,
and being able to calculate.
Calculation is a part of fighting.
I know that.
And the faster you calculate with the intelligence, the faster you calculate, faster. Okay, this person can be highly skilled than you. I mean, have more experience than you. But if you have experience, but you can calculate faster than this person can calculate, you can overwhelm this person. And especially this person got more strength than you, and he can actually see your moves before you even come. Because think about this: Bucky in Civil War is a lot faster and powerful than Black Widow. He punched at Spider-Man with the arm, that enhanced arm, and Spider-Man just grabbed it and looked at it like this. So therefore, he will be able to actually calculate her moves before she even do it, and he'll be able to block it, and especially in enhanced agilities, he'll be able to move out of the way a lot faster.
Well, let's go ahead and clear one thing up. One thing we know for sure is that technically Black Widow cannot defeat, physically, especially in a straight up fight. Let's just say they both mad and really not gonna hold back. There's no way that Black Widow could beat Spider-Man straight up. But that's where she's talking about the tactical training. Do we really think a youngin' like him can handle the manipulation of a grown-ass woman?
No.
That got military training, essentially, and specializes in sabotage, espionage, and manipulation of the mind. You know what I'm saying?
And he's a hormonal teenage boy.
That's exactly my point.
So that.
He ain't lived long enough.
To me, that is the game changer. Anytime she can use that on grown men.
But that is, she get a chance to.
Maybe if we put them in that scenario where you think that would work.
But
what scenario is it?
If Spider-Man and Black Widow are approaching each other to fight, she would probably start the manipulation.
She's already going to know she can't beat him.
Right.
It's Black Widow.
Mm-hmm. So she's going to know ahead of time what she's dealing with, because she already knows Spider-Man. Spider-Man probably knows a little bit about her, but they've never fought. Spider-Man doesn't like to hurt people, which is not a bad thing. So if they're walking up about to start this fight, she's going to start her manipulation before they're even within range of each other. She's going to have some kind of body language, say some words.
She's going to use misdirection and distraction.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's how the fight's going to be started before Spider-Man even realizes it, because she's going to be manipulating him before they even come in contact with each other.
Will he be receptive to it?
Yeah, because just like you said, Black Widow knows Spider-Man, and therefore Spider-Man know Black Widow. I mean, you got to think about it. He deal with Tony. Tony know Black Widow. We don't know all the information he may have acquired.
But we
from
can't
that.
work
But
with
I'm not
unknowns.
finished yet. I'm not finished yet.
You just brought up an unknown.
I'm not finished yet, because check this out. He also have.
I feel like a referee or something.
He also have the Tony Stark glasses. He also have that. So we have full, and he also have interface. His interface will be able to calculate her like her heart rhythm, what she's doing, her movements, and everything.
Don't you think someone of her caliber would be able to control those things? Yes, I'm not going to let you answer that question. The answer is yes.
Yeah, she would be able to control the thing, but would she be able to control it to the point that the high-tech interface won't pick up?
You're making a lot of assumptions on this interface.
No, he actually have an interface, and that's what the interface does, because he used the interface.
Assuming he's going to be wearing the glasses at the time.
And you also assuming that she don't walk up to him and just start manipulating him at the time. You don't know that.
I use that as an example. That was an example. I mean, we can come up with all kinds of scenarios. I was using that as an example.
I mean, last we knew that he coming to her with what? With the suit? She coming with her suits and her armor and her weapons, and he coming with his suit and his weapons.
Yeah,
okay. Therefore, he would have those shades. Then he would have those glasses because that's a weapon. That's a glasses. That authorize a high-tech weapon satellite that send out drones.
But that doesn't
and
mean...
his suit and his Spider-Man suit can also send out drones too.
But we don't know if the glasses can even do what you're saying.
It can, because it showed that in Far From Home that he can activate that and tell that machine.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, you said the glasses are going to be able to read Black Widow's vital signs.
That's that suit. That suit got the interface in there.
His suit can do that.
His suit will be able to do that.
But then you're also assuming she's going to be giving signs of this when she's had so much experience already doing that. And she had a rough upbringing in the Red Room, so most likely they taught her to mask all that stuff.
Yeah, and also you got to realize too, he have the spider sense. So even if she manipulate him and she try to do some dangerous shit towards him, yeah, I said shit, but she did some dangerous stuff towards him, his spider sense will feel the danger.
Not
she can't manipulate that danger, that spider sense, because she don't understand how is able to actually be able to be working.
But you got to remember, he's very inexperienced.
Heated debate.
She could walk up, just as an example, she could walk up to him, talking to him, manipulating him. His spider sense might go off and he might realize it's coming from her because his brain is being manipulated by what she's saying. So he might feel it and be like, trying to figure out where it's coming from, and she could attack him in that moment of distraction.
Yeah, but that's not going to happen that way. The reason why, because they already show where the danger comes. His hair stick up and point towards the danger. Just like when Thanos and them first came down to Earth, and when that shit was going on, they was on the bus. His hair sticked up and pointed directly at the danger.
No, it didn't.
So, yes, it did. No, it actually did stuck up and point towards the danger, like how it's supposed to be. That's how it actually is. I'm glad they was able to put that in the MCU. That's how it actually is in the comic book. It actually point where the danger is coming from.
But that doesn't mean he's going to be able to understand because think about it. She's talking to him. She's not an ugly chick. She talking to him. She might be manipulating hormones as soon as she start talking. So he's got that going on in his brain. So even if the hair stick up and point towards her, he might not be able to comprehend that she's really actually a danger to him because she's manipulating his head before his spidey sense goes off.
I don't think that happened that way.
I don't know. I can kind of see that a little bit because he's willing to engage in talking. Mm-hmm. You know, everything she say is going to be to win because she going to keep up. I believe so. Black Widow will keep her mind on her goal, where he's younger and she's using her alluring skills and whatever like that, and I think that'll probably distract him. And she does have a lot of hidden weapons. She even has like tranquilizers, poisons, and like those electrical things that she shoot out of wristbands and all of that.
Exactly.
Do we feel like
basically
do we feel like her attacks, the skills that she brings to the table, will she be able to land those skills?
I don't think so.
You don't think that her ability to manipulate him is good enough to allow her to get in on him?
If we just going on basic manipulation. That's all.
That's all you keep. Manipulation. That's advanced manipulation.
That's all you keep bringing up. For some odd reason, I don't know why you ain't bringing out none of the other skills, but you keep bringing the same thing up. If she gonna be able to just manipulate him, and that's all they doing is manipulating and talking, then yes, she'll be able to pull it off.
Trying to wrangle this thing in here. This is a heated debate.
Okay, check this out. Hormonal teenage boy.
I mean, I would agree to that. I'm gonna say if that's all they doing is just talking. Yes, it's a possibility. Yes, it's a good possibility.
It's gonna end in her disabling him. Let me finish the scenario.
How is she gonna disable him?
Shut up! I can tell you. They're talking. She's manipulating him. He's not realizing it because he's a hormonal teenage boy. She's a beautiful woman, and he doesn't automatically think bad things about people. She's talking to him, manipulating, walks up to him, puts her hand on his shoulder, and zaps him with her wrist things, and he's out of commission.
How you know that would take him out? You just assuming that would take him out. We never seen that would take him out, but we did see that he can take some mad blows.
It's not a hit. It's an electrical discharge.
We don't know that would take him out. We don't know that.
At the very least, it should stun him.
What would it do?
It's an electrical
Okay, it would stun
discharge.
him. At that moment, it stunned him.
Then she could jump
What can she do? What can she do?
When he's stunned,
what can she do after that?
Would you shut up?
He does have cellular regeneration, so in theory, he would recover from things a lot quicker. And some things, if his cellular regeneration is high enough, he would be immune to, basically. But I don't know how high it is.
Well, look, if she got that thing on his shoulder, she hits him in the head or neck with it, most likely it's going to at least stun him, which will give her the few fractions of a second she needs to pull something else out and hit him with it before he recovers.
Okay, let me throw this at y'all right quick. Excuse me. Tom Holland's Spider-Man, right? Okay, if he got to fight Black Widow, he's not really even going to fight her, I'm thinking, because of his personality. You know, he know Black Widow. He probably look up to her a little bit, I'd imagine, since she's kind of legendary. Would she get a chance to do anything if they about to engage in a fight? Because he's basically going to try to subdue her as quick as possible without hurting her, I'm imagining. So he's probably going to like web her up real quick, wrap up, web her up, and then walk the hell off. Do we think that's a likely scenario? Or do we think that she could do anything about Spider-Man trying to do that?
She could. Even if he webbed her up, she can still manipulate him. She can still talk and manipulate him.
I mean,
and while he's talking, she can be taking one of her little hidden blades out and cutting through the web.
That web is not that easy to cut. Actually, before it's my understanding, that web is actually almost invulnerable to cut. Only reason why that even happens if it be dissolved itself.
They say stronger than steel or stronger steel, right? He use a chemical to dissolve them or something.
So she can't cut through it, but she can, unless he gags her, which all she would have to do is pretend like she's choking and he would ungag her because he doesn't want to hurt her. She can still talk and manipulate him. In fact, it would be to her benefit to pretend like she's been injured by the webbing some kind of way, so that he would get closer to her, so that she can throw the kunoichi manipulation on him more.
And you really think he don't sit there and just do that after you know they was in a battle, and it's probably and you really think he don't sit there and try to be like, hey,
if she acts like she's hurt.
Oh, you know what? Okay, check this out. You talking about this, right? You talking about she'll manipulate and stuff, right? But you forgetting. This man got Mary J. Of course she gonna step in. Because the last time we know they was together.
We're not talking about random people stepping in. If that's the case, then you could say that Hawkeye gonna step in and help Black Widow out because they're pretty tight.
Then you got
I think we leave that out. It's just them. It's Spider-Man versus Black Widow. It's not Spider-Man versus Black Widow and Hawkeye. It ain't Spider-Man and who buddy?
Mary J.
Yeah, Mary J versus him.
So by you trying to bring her in tells me that you ain't got nothing, and I
no, you ain't got nothing.
You tried to bring in something.
What all she? Okay, people out there, what all is she saying? Oh, that's a young boy, and she's a woman, and all she can do is try to manipulate him. That's all she got. She don't even know her character well. She didn't even realize that she shoot different things out her arm, out her weapon.
I already knew that.
Let's not try to. It's not Fenrir Moon. Well, I guess in a way, it's not Fenrir Moon versus Ninjetta. So let's keep it on topic. You know what I mean? Yeah. Don't try to discredit each other like that's going to affect their fight, because it's not. You got to stay on topic, because if y'all just talking about each other, it don't matter.
True.
To get to the end of this debate.
Okay, so what do you have to counter her manipulative abilities?
Now, we're going to be Fenrir Moon versus Ninjetta, then we need to rearrange this thing and put some gear on and fight. So remember, it's a debate, not a fight.
All right. I mean, what else do you have besides her manipulation? I already said if that's all they doing for is manipulation, yes, it's a possibility that she would beat him. But then again, you also got to understand what JoninSho was also saying too, that if he know Black Widow, of course he already know possibly capability that Black Widow already have. So if he know that he going in the fight, he know that she will actually try to manipulate him by talking. So that right there will be in his mind. So he most likely will be already prepared for that manipulation.
You're assuming he has more. That takes experience. He doesn't have that kind of experience.
How you know he don't have that type of experience?
Because he's a hormonal teenage boy still in school.
But he fought. See, you got to realize.
But we're not using unknown factors. So you talking about something unknown again. We got to go by what we've seen in the MCU. So in theory, he has never dealt with somebody like Black Widow. So he wouldn't. I don't think he would be prepared for that type of manipulation.
And what the other dude whose name I got wrong again starts with an M and ends with an O. He manipulated the crap out of him.
Who are you talking about?
In Far From Home,
Mysterio.
He manipulated the crap out of
and
Spider-Man.
Therefore,
and he's not even good at it as Black
Therefore, he would learn about manipulation then. Therefore, he would grow from that. Because most likely, for my understanding, through the whole entire growth, he grew a lot.
What you doing, Baz? Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Talking to the cat.
He grew a lot. He grew a lot since that first manipulation.
What we got?
Mama was saying his reflexes make up for the inexperience some. He has hyper instincts in a way when it comes to danger avoidance.
Wow, that's a good point. His spider sense, yeah.
The point that I was trying to make, Mama, is not that on a straight up brawl she'd be able to defeat him because he can outclass her in that. I'm talking she can use her experience and manipulative skills to get close enough to him to be able to get an attack in on him before he can react. And I'm talking like this close.
But correct me if I'm wrong, I think Mama is saying that his senses and reaction time is so good that even if she got in close on him and suddenly changed up and tried to do something to attack him, he would sense it and be able to stop it because of his speed and agility.
I get that point, but I just remember in Endgame, when he was going through the portals, kicking and punching Thanos, what did Thanos do? He snatched him out of the air and threw him. He didn't react to that in time.
But that's Thanos.
Thanos is faster than Black Widow. Yeah. That's why I was saying leave Thanos out of it.
Yeah. I was out of
Well, didn't say exactly.
Oh, cool. Glad I got it right.
Yeah, you can't deal with that. What I'm saying, besides her manipulation and besides her experience, which for us like manipulation, if they just all they doing at that time, there's a possibility that she would win. But you also got you also brought up the point and for Mysterio, he manipulated him. Therefore, he didn't have no experience with that. Therefore, he have experience now in that. And far as I know, through all the battles, and far as what they showed through the Peter Parker through the MCU, even at the end, he grew up from each of those battles. He didn't stay the same hormonal kid because he died and came back. I don't think he's still having that same
Let me step in on that. I agree with you. Basically, what you're saying, right, is that after that crazy stuff they just went through with Thanos, you feel like that grew him up some, matured him. Okay, but then what happened after that? He dealt with Mysterio, and Mysterio was still able to manipulate him, but he couldn't believe what he was seeing. That's a whole nother level of manipulation. It's like his whole reality has just changed. What he sees is not even real, and Black Widow can't do that. So,
and depending on when this fight takes place, he is still emotionally screwed up from what Mysterio did to him. So if it were to take place after the thing with Mysterio, he's way more vulnerable to Black Widow's manipulations because his emotional state is screwed up and raw. So if she approaches him in a comforting, friendly way, a shoulder to cry on, as soon as he puts his head on that shoulder, she stabbed him in the neck with something, then that could work. That's actually right after a situation like that, before he has a chance to heal from that betrayal, is when he's most vulnerable. So it depends on when the battle takes place. Beforehand.
If we talking about the beginning when the battle take place, you got to actually narrow that down then, because if you talking about that, you cannot relate Black Widow to that because Black Widow is dead.
Either way, well, no, because we're using the Spider-Man from Far From Home.
But we already said they alive.
Okay.
Yeah, so we can't use that.
Okay.
So either way, before the battle, he's never had that kind of betrayal before, so he's still very open and vulnerable to manipulation from people he trusts. After the battle, he's damaged internally, emotionally, and spiritually from that betrayal, and he hasn't healed yet. So he's still he's even more open to betrayal and manipulation from someone he still trusts because he still has friends. It depends on he would actually have to have time to heal from that battle in order to absorb the lessons he gained from it. It depends. So if we're using that as a situation, either way, he's still very open to her manipulation, either before or after.
And then you gotta realize which Black Widow be able to manipulate because she's going through a whole trauma too.
But also, he's coming back from a win.
Yeah,
they defeated Thanos.
Yeah, so he's confident.
Yeah,
and Black Widow, with her kind of training, even though she's been going through a lot, that's not going to affect her job performance. If she is sent there to subdue Spider-Man, that's going to be her focus. That's going to actually.
But that's the thing, though. They had no preparation. That would be before this fight.
Right.
So they fighting. We don't know how they got to that point, so we can't even touch that area. So it basically comes down to what? Their capabilities, their experience, the things we've seen them do before. You know, they fighting. They got a reason to fight. We don't know the reason. We just know they're fighting, so we can't make any assumptions. We have to just make them fight.
Yeah.
And keep it within that, you know.
Right.
Y'all heard me? Can you keep it within that?
Right.
Yeah.
So
I don't think so.
Yeah, that's what Mom and I was saying. If they had preparation, that would leave too much room for something being slipped into his drink.
Oh yeah, good point. Yeah, well, if she had preparation, I know she'd win automatically.
Yeah, preparation. But
yeah, I saw what you said about Prune Lords too. That's pretty funny, Mom.
But that was a good point you made about she might be able to get him in a vulnerable situation where she can, you know, hit him with something. So maybe we need to focus more on that a little bit, since that's kind of like a point. Let's look at it like, okay, that's like the first attack. Now, would that attack work or not? If she able to successfully get in on him, would she successfully get him with it? And if she did, would it be enough to take him down?
Yeah.
Or to put him in a situation where he can now be taken down?
So I'm thinking the amount of electricity that her I can't remember what they're called, her wrist things can give off, and the fact I think she has hidden weapons in there somewhere besides that.
Yeah, she did, on her belt. I just don't know everything. You know, we haven't seen everything in MCU. I think she even got little minor explosives.
So she, as long as she can get close to him, where she's like giving him a hug or putting a hand on his shoulder or something.
I'm starting to see a picture. It seems like we keep leaning more toward, if she can get in on him, she would win. That's what it is. It's seeming like we're saying.
That's pretty much what I'm going with. And I feel
okay, so what we need to focus on now is that right? Is that true?
I think it would be with her manipulative abilities.
Okay, so can you state something that she would do and can do based on current MCU, and then Fenrir can react to it as if he's Spider-Man? So then we can see, you know, this tactic versus that tactic, or this occurrence in the battle versus that occurrence in the battle. What is most probable to be the right thing that would be successful?
Okay, so just as a scenario, they're in a field, they're about to fight. If she act like, I don't want to fight you, Spider-Man. This is really wrong. We shouldn't do this, man. And I am nowhere near as good at manipulation as she is, so I'm just gonna try to run with something that I think she might do. But
you'd be surprised with what I've seen you do so far. But go ahead.
Thanks. So she'd be like, or she either act like she act like this is wrong. She doesn't want to do this. You know, I need to tell you something. Someone's trying to set us up, but they're listening. So we're gonna go at each other like we're about to fight. But I need you to come where I can tell you this, because they can hear us. So come in. So we're gonna come at each other, and when we get near each other, lean in towards me so I can whisper it in your ear. And then when he leans in towards her, she goes to whisper it and zaps him in his central nervous system with as much power as she's got in the wristbands. And even if he recovers quickly, that should be enough to stun him long enough for her to pull anything else out, because she is quick and she knows her weapons. Pull anything else out and hit him with whatever she needs to hit him with in his vulnerable points to disable him, because she would have his whole head and neck available in that scenario.
That's if he would fall for it. Do we feel like that's going back to that point? Do we feel like Black Widow would successfully be able to deceive him?
I think she would.
Or would his spider senses allow him to pick up on that and see that she's being deceptive? I know that he senses danger, things that he don't even know where it's coming from yet. So it's definitely psychic. He might. I don't know. Can he? Has he shown the capacity to tell if someone's being, straightforward or dishonest?
Not that I've seen. I see from what I've seen in the MCU, it seems like he just senses just
danger
straight up
itself.
danger.
You agree with that, Finley?
Yeah.
Okay, so if we going with that, then and her, based on his experience and shown mental capacity, emotional capacity, do we agree?
I think so. What do you think?
You don't think he would fall for it?
I don't think he would fall for it.
Why is that? So it's your turn now.
Okay. By his spider senses, and he can detect when people are doing dangerous stuff towards him.
Yeah, but do he know if they're being deceptive or not? Or you think that's enough, just the fact that he sensed some kind of danger?
I think that'd be enough for him to sense the danger. I don't think he'll be able to sense her manipulating him to the dangerous.
He won't know specifically what it is, but he'll feel that something's wrong, and because she would have the intent to do something violent toward him, right? If they fighting and she got to take him down, so he's gonna pick up on that violence.
Right.
He don't necessarily know what she's gonna do, right?
Right.
But he knows something is wrong with her, so that would make it seem like he can't get in on her. I mean, she can't get in on him, and if she can't get in on him, there's nothing she can do because he outpowers her to the point that I think it overwhelms her skill. I believe anyway, and then he's pretty skillful himself naturally.
Yeah. Sure is that.
But he hasn't received Avengers training yet.
Oh no.
Yeah. So he's basically a brawler. Yeah.
Yeah.
But if she's using the manipulation that there's somebody trying to do something to them,
but
he might attribute his sense of danger to that and not to her because he trusts her.
But see, one thing I was waiting for you to say.
No, I don't know because he's shown the ability to tell where the danger's coming from.
Yeah.
Because he started looking around until like he feel where it's coming from, and that's why he's ready from it. So he does have a direction. Yeah. He can't just don't know what it is, what type of danger it is, or who it may even be. But he know what direction it's coming from, for what I can tell.
Yeah, for what I can tell. Then
if we can agree on that, then take that into the debate.
Yeah. And another thing you were saying that where the fight is that both of them is coming to fight. And when she's saying that she thinks someone else is trying to fight us or something like that, he already knows it's going to be a trick because that's what the whole thing they do for both of them to fight.
No, I'm not saying that someone else is trying to fight them. I'm saying she talked to him and pretty much like tell him the whole thing's a setup.
What's the setup?
The whole fight's a setup. It's not just a sparring match. There's some ulterior stuff going on that she needs to tell him about. And with respect to what JoninSho said about the direction of the danger, she can tell him they're right behind me. They're right behind me. So we need to get close to each other.
She don't know how his spider sense works.
Yeah.
But she wouldn't be able to tell him that then. Yeah. But
she might not even be aware of his spider sense yet in the MCU. I don't really know. I mean, we can't really say this, but the only possibility I can think of that she would know is she's been known to sneak into Fury's files and look at because he had files on everybody. He got files on people that got files or whatever you want to say. I'm just saying, trying to see how ridiculous he is with his intel.
He's got files for his files.
Yeah, but we can't use that because there's there's nothing before this fight, right? Basically, other than what we know about those characters, and we don't know if she did that. So I don't know how much insight she would have to dealing with Spider-Man. I think we would have to say she's winging it, based it on that.
Yeah.
She's also quick with quick in the head, so he picks up. So his spider senses go off. He picks up on danger coming from her. It's going to confuse him because he's listening to her manipulation, and he trusts her. He knows they're there to fight, but she's telling him something else is going on. He's going to listen to her because he trusts her.
Oh, you said something. What did you say again?
That what is coming to my mind is he's going to listen to her because he trusts her.
No,
before that.
Before that.
But if his spider sense picks up the danger coming from her, she will notice his change in behavior, and she can adapt her manipulation to accommodate for it.
Yeah. I'm not sure either. We talking about the MCU, so we try to base it on that because I guess we look at that as the unknown, so we don't include that. But yeah, his senses is that good in the comics.
Yeah, and he was, and they showed in the MCU anyway that they was like on, I think, like on that bridge, and then when that ship happened and stuff like that, he had his head down and he sensed for all those miles away.
Right.
So
that's a good point.
Yeah. So
even on the school bus.
Yeah.
Unless that you was talking about.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
So he got like a strong range of danger.
Yeah, I'm not talking about so much about his range as far as direction. We already established.
How he would handle the danger of dealing with her.
That's what I'm referring to, because there's a difference between sensing something coming and you don't know what it is, and dealing with someone you love and trust, and sensing something coming, danger coming from them. But
remember, he don't really know Black Widow, I guess, so he don't love her, and I'm not sure if he do trust her or not. He should trust her technically because she's an Avenger and he knows she's a hero. I could say potentially maybe trust, but love definitely not. Definitely not.
Good point.
And also about those senses, right? If his senses does have that range, it kind of does make a difference a little bit when you think about it, because he gonna be feeling that danger before he even see her, right? So he gonna know that she's there to cause him harm, I'm thinking. You know? So will he trust her even after that?
I think she can manipulate him into believing that the danger is not necessarily coming from her.
So you feel like she can make him trust her more than his own senses?
Yes.
Wow. Well, if she could do that,
if she could do that,
she's a true master manipulator. If she can do that.
I don't think she'll be able to do that. Because I mean, like, why? Okay, nah, I can't go there because I don't think she'll be able to do that. Because why would she? If some danger is happening, he's not going to sit right there. Only thing I could say about how it's probably for Spider-Man, two things probably with Spider-Man probably would happen. Maybe one thing. If he see her as a friend, and she manipulating him, I can't remember what I'm about to say, but I can't remember what I'm about to say about that, but all I know about this part right here, she do have intelligence, but as far as I can tell, Peter Parker's intelligence is higher than hers.
But we're not talking intelligence, because even the
you said that. That's what I meant to say. You said that before.
No, but I'm saying, crap.
Talking about fighting genius, right?
Something like that.
Versus intelligence, because he's more intelligent, you know, and probably a quicker mental ability, like to think faster. But you're talking about her tacticalness,
right?
Will it trump her? Will her tactical genius, will it trump his intelligence that he's taking into the fight?
I think it would, because she is so good at manipulating people. It doesn't matter how fast his brain goes if it's going in the wrong direction.
But see, you also got to understand, Spider-Man is also a tactician. So he do
Is he a tactician in the MCU?
Yes.
How do you know?
I looked up the file.
Okay, from the movie.
Where's that coming from? So we have to see if there's an acceptable source.
the Marvel Cinematic Universe fandom.
Oh, fandom? It might be acceptable. What do you think?
I'm not really sure, because it is a fan page.
Yeah.
They might be.
Fan pages can be pretty good though, because think how dedicated fans are. Yeah. You know what I mean? Look what we're doing right here. This is only happening because we fans.
Yeah.
And our subscribers are fans.
Mamanin said he's pretty trusting, but I don't think he knew her too well. I think he'd be able to sense danger when the battle began, when it's active danger. Mamanin made a good point. In the MCU, he wasn't able to tell Mysterio was something to be worried about.
Yeah, because he didn't do no danger towards him.
But no, that was Mysterio's whole intent, was to deceive him.
But see, he was manipulating. See,
he was exactly.
No. Hold on a moment. I want to say something funny. We just had a little Spider-Man crawl up near his foot, and he just squashed Spider-Man. That's kind of counterproductive, don't you think? He's supposed to be on the side of the spider. Wait a minute. Black Widow's a spider too. Did we just step on a little Black Widow?
Nah. Good point.
Anyway,
yeah,
it's kind of corny, but yeah.
But see what you're saying here. See, this is what you're saying with what's his name? Mysterion, right? Mysterio, right? Yes, he manipulated Peter Parker, right? Mm-hmm. So you got to think about this in this point of time. He manipulated Peter Parker. With that manipulation, he didn't show no, like, he didn't give no energy towards him. See, what you saying is this: we're in a fight, right? Mm-hmm. She manipulating. She trying to manipulate Spider-Man. Soon he get close to him, she don't try to attack. Mm-hmm. That moment, that's when that danger come in.
Right.
He might don't feel she is a good type. He might don't feel that just like Loki didn't feel it. He might
because we accepting that that's the thing that's happening.
I am. Are you?
Then I think if you do you accept that, like the thing y'all just said? Are we accepting that as a thing that's happening?
Yeah.
Okay, so if she's in on him and about to attack him, then it comes down to what? Awareness and speed. He's already aware because he knows he's sensing danger. So in theory, he should be ready. Speed versus speed. Can he react fast enough to stop whatever it is the hell she's about to do?
I don't think so, just because she wouldn't attack until she is close enough to make sure she's going to damage him, which means that she would be like probably inches away and fired off as fast as she can before he can react. So even if his speed is ridiculously higher than hers,
it is, I think. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't think he would.
I think she's at peak human performance, like Cap or something, but not as Cap's has a different body type than her, so his speed would be a little better. I'm guessing. I don't know, but I don't know. Spider-Man's pretty fast.
You know what I'm just thinking?
Henry versus Spider-Man versus Black Widow.
you know what I was just thinking? Since we going, I was just thinking about this. Since we're going about what we have seen in the MCU, therefore that serum that Black Widow have got to be nullified because we haven't seen her ingested the serum. But we have seen Spider-Man turn to Spider-Man and seen all his abilities.
I can't remember who it was though, but one of the Marvel production people, I don't know if it was the Russo brothers, excuse me, everyone, I don't know who did, but somebody did say she had the serum. When they start talking about the Black Widow movie, they were saying that you can think about fandom. Did it say it on fandom?
I didn't say it on fandom.
Wow. So, okay, if we using fandom as a reference, then we would have to say, as far as we know, she don't have the serum, right?
Right.
And since that's not known, we know in the future we find out. Wouldn't they add that to the fandom after finding out from Black Widow movie?
I think they will add it after they find out.
But they didn't add it yet.
Black Widow movie haven't came out yet.
Yeah, I know, but they know about it. So why didn't they add it?
I think why they didn't add that part, because I'm thinking
you think they base it on what has already happened in the MCU?
Yeah, that's what I'm guessing. The way by me reading that right there, and also I was also thinking reason why we can't. I mean, we can if we want to, but reason why I'm saying that can't be affected because remember we had the debate with Red Skull and what the other guy name, and you were saying that he still on Vellamore or whatever. And Vorman, the Russo brothers said he wasn't, but we couldn't use that because they didn't show that in the MCU.
But even if we take the serum out, my basic thing is she attacks him when she's like this close with whatever. I'm thinking the wrist things shoot the electricity at him and disrupt his nervous system so that he's stunned and she can bring something else before he can't react.
Well, I mean, I personally block things and stop things that was like that close to me. So I'm pretty sure Spider-Man's way faster than me. And he got that spider sense, so he knows something's gonna happen. He just don't know when. I'm pretty sure he probably will be able to stop that. Unless he don't know what's happening. And then he can block things without seeing it. Like if something coming behind him, he can just go like that because of senses. He don't know what he just grabbed, what he just stopped. He's taking a chance, even trying to do anything with it instead of just evading it, because it could be something sharp coming at him. It might just go through his hands. But I think he's fast enough. I think he'll probably move out the way and deflect or web her up at that point or something, because he don't want to hurt her. I don't know.
Yeah, and my man was saying that he get nervous easily in the movie also. If he doesn't really know her, I don't think he would let her in that close. I mean, because that is a good point, because the only person that he really cared about in the whole thing, he was a fan of Captain America, but only Avenger that he cared and loved and trusted truly was Tony Stark.
Right, so JoninSho made an excellent point. I think he would be able, manipulation-wise, no matter how he reacted with her, I think she would still be able to get in on him. But whatever attack she tries, his reflexes would still allow him to escape. So I think, actually Spider-Man will win.
Yeah, more to your point, without the serum being calculated into the scenario, that means her speed is even less.
Yeah, let me make sure, because I don't want to, because I didn't say it, but I'm gonna make sure that that's really going on, because I don't want to.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say earlier. I was trying to wait for y'all to finish, but I completely forgot. That's how much we like fandom, that we're going to base it completely on that, because that's what it's coming down to, looking like.
Yeah.
If that's our primary resource that we're going to trust, then.
Yeah, that's the only one I can see about really like they dedicate the sites to MCU. All the other ones I see is pretty much talking about the comic book. Yeah, I'm like, okay. So, right now we're just looking to make sure that she actually get the serum. Okay, helicopter, nope. Okay, let's talk about that. Okay, Captain Loki. They get to abilities and powers. To it. Yeah, they write a whole bunch of stuff on them.
Wow, it's like they try to do a timeline with it.
Nah. Yeah, that's a person.
Go fandom. Y'all are some dedicated heroes. Keep up the good work.
Yeah.
Fandom.com. Shout out.
Yep.
Keep it up to keeping up.
Yep. Abilities. So right here, abilities is a master spy, a master martial artist.
Why? How are you reading that? You're scrolling too fast.
Spear masterist. I mean, why you say that?
Spear mastery.
Yeah, and master acrobats, a master assassin.
But you're not reading the skills that come with that. She's not going to say. It's not going to be a headline of master serum taker.
Have you ever been on the site?
Do you see one that says master serum taker?
Have you been on the site?
Master serum taker.
Because what
you on the juice.
So what you do?
The master taking that juice.
Okay, what you do? Control F serum. It'll find the word serum on that page.
Okay. Now see all these S's on there?
Serum.
I hear you laughing back there, Mama Name.
SERUM. If you put S, of course it's going to pull
what
every
is
on the page.
What you say again?
SERUM.
So, yeah, looking for the word serum.
Yeah, that's what
you found it.
Yeah, we're talking about like Fury introduced Tony Stark, revealing Natalie Rushman in its name, and she was assigned by Nick Fury. Rushman revealed that she gave Stark a serum gave him a serum. She didn't say she got the serum, gave him the serum.
Okay.
And far as what I can tell right now, all her abilities is pretty much basic human abilities.
She's not a basic human. I don't care how you look at it.
According to the MCU, she is.
I'm talking just she's not a basic human. Basic humans can't manipulate Loki into telling him her plans.
Yes, they can if they train like she did.
Okay, it takes a lot of talent to be able to do that kind of stuff. I'm telling you, you can't just grab any old random person off the street and train them and expect them to be the same level as she is. Even with the same training, different people have different talents. And apparently she is extremely talented at doing that stuff.
Yeah, even her last suit she had in Endgame, that was just bulletproof, so it's...
Oh, that suit was bulletproof? Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Black Widow, you're bad.
Yep. As far as I can tell.
I'm wondering, did you even notice when I told you Spider-Man wins? Like 10 minutes ago?
Oh. But then why are we doing this?
I don't know.
Oh, we were just going along with you.
Oh, okay.
Because I said, even with that, with everything we said about his spidey senses and his reaction speeds, he would be able to react even if.
Okay, I'm done. I'm just one. Now at this time, I just want.
Okay. So we can call it then.
So we can call that. Okay.
I started thinking about it. I'm like, wait a minute, why is he getting so deep into this when I already said that Spider-Man's reaction speed would be, even if she's inches from him, would be able to stop her. So therefore, she's pretty much not going to be able to do anything.
Okay. Let me call it then, right?
Yeah.
Since I'm the mediator here right now. Okay. In the battle between Spider-Man versus Black Widow, winner, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Now I wonder how many UCU family members are going to agree with that. Probably a lot.
Probably a lot.
Spider-Man is like the biggest fan base.
Yeah.
Okay,
Tremendous.
the next time we do a battle, we should get two people that are a little closer to each other in abilities. Because
No, that's make it
someone
fun. That would make it really fun.
No, because if one of the people are
I don't know if this is a debate or argument. I'm like, wow.
If one of the subjects of the debate is OP over the other subject, it's not really a debate unless I know more about it than you do.
Yeah, see, you know, we would have never came into this problem if you'd have just sided with me at the beginning.
Okay, Spider-Man won, right?
Yeah, Spider-Man won.
So, yeah, moving right along. Let us continue. And that was the versus vote, UCU versus vote battle that came as a draw with Spider-Man versus Black Widow. If you feel like Spider-Man should have been the winner even before this debate, then that means you should have voted. So you need to come into the live stream and actually say something and vote.
Yeah.
Because we ended up in a draw, you know, we waited a while, we didn't get enough votes. So we ended up into debate battle. That's how this thing works. We vote for the winner. If we get a draw, we go into debate. That means you basically have to prove your point and then decide who the winner shall be. And in this battle, again, it is the new champion, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Mine,
Radioactive.
now, I would have to do some research on this.
Yeah, I'm not going to engage in it out because I don't know too much about Squirrel
That's
Girl.
great then, because
Black
we can pick one. I pick Squirrel Girl.
Squirrel Girl versus Black Cat. Wow.
Is this going to be in
Wait a minute, can anybody even beat Squirrel Girl? Because ain't she like broken? Like nobody knows why she can win every fight, but she even beat Thanos. Yeah, she beat Thanos. And her only power is to communicate with Squirrel.
In that case, Squirrel Girl wins automatically.
Unless they changed it. Because I don't has she shown any ability of super strength, anything like that?
Not I know of. She just communicate with
Squirrels. She must be some kind of insane tactical genius or something. To beat everybody. I don't know how you beat Thanos with squirrels, but I don't know.
Yeah,
Is Thanos scared of squirrels? I don't know.
Could be.
So maybe one crawled up his butt.
Oh, poor squirrel.
He probably just gave up after that. Okay, I got to get the hell out of here. I don't know.
Oh, that's this. I just brought up an idea, like a memory. I was reading Howard the Duck comic book. It had Squirrel Girl in there.
The
Duck. Yeah. Okay. And one of the squirrels was Weapon X.
What? Wait a minute. Say that again?
In the Howard the Duck comic book I'm reading the series now, Squirrel Girl's in there. And one of the squirrels is Weapon X. It's a little squirrel got the Weapon X gear. It's
like a little mini Wolverine?
Yeah.
Wow. No wonder.
I ain't finished reading that series, but I'm finished though.
She manipulate reality or something? Well, how was that?
I don't know. I just read that about like a few pages in there, and I saw that part out.
Did she put a squirrel through the Weapon Plus program?
I don't know. All I know is like a little
Can I look up Squirrel Girl real quick?
Sure. I know Mama didn't knows a lot about Squirrel Girl too.
We have to do straight comedy with that one. But by you doing that, we can talk about so one of the things I want to say is about they said that the old Cap, while the judge is looking up Squirrel Girl, I'm gonna keep rolling. They say that the old Cap changed the timeline. I know I said this a few times already, but I got a constant reason why I'm bringing this back up now because I just saw an article saying that Chris Evans is in talk to return to the MCU. See, the reason why I'm saying that don't make no sense because he's already still in the MCU. Maybe he's saying his contract ended. Maybe that's what they mean because what I'm saying that they were saying that it'll be kind of like probably like a different reality. We already know that. We already said that multiple times on the channel. There's a different reality simply because JoninSho and I was talking. And Endgame, you remember when he went back in time, but you remember throughout the whole entire Endgame when people came back, when people went back in time, and then when they came back on that time travel device. Mm-hmm. Now they made another device. Professor Hulk sent him back. When he came back, he wasn't on that device. He didn't even have the same equipment that he had. He didn't have the gear or none of that. Mm. He was over there on the bench. How did he get on the bench? Because we didn't see him come back on the device and walk over there to the bench. Yeah. How did he get up back on the bench? And how did he get a whole nother new shield? You know what I'm saying? So therefore, that timeline was already changed. Yeah. And now they trying to come out with this saying that it's already changed. No, I already knew that. I already made prediction on that multiple times that they're going to do it. JoninSho and I talked about that multiple times. So go check out the video because I was doing that when he came out with the spot, the Super Bowl spot with the trailers. And I was saying, don't forget about Captain because he's still in there. Because to this day, it don't make no sense to me why, unless they show this in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, that Captain passed away, or they will have to actually literally say the reason why he's not in the show. Other than that, it would not make any sense why the old Cap would not show up in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Either way, he's still alive, and Sam is his right-hand man. Sam would go visit him unless he told Sam not to visit him for some type of reason. And then what else don't make no sense? Why would the Patriot be training Falcon in the shield, and you have the old Cap there to still train him in the shield? The old Cap don't have to pick it up and throw it, but he can teach him how to throw it by telling him what to do. That's why that don't make no sense to me. And I've seen multiple leaks, but they ain't trying to say anything about Captain America returning until I saw this article today. They were saying that he's in talk by returning to the MCU. Me personally, he never left the MCU. He always ends MCU. They just bring this story back up for people to start saying, oh, he's changed this and this. He already changed the timeline. He showed that in the end game.
I'm thinking, yeah, I feel you on that. I'm thinking maybe, yeah, I'm thinking like the other thing you were saying, I'm thinking they don't really mean that he's returning to the MCU. I think that maybe so, I don't know. This contract was over, right?
I'm not sure.
So they might actually just mean, the obvious thing that he's returning to the actual MCU. Like, because he was out, right? He was out, his contract was over, and now he's returning to the MCU. I don't think it had anything to do with the different timelines. But another thing, listening to you made me think of, what do you think about this? Since they said in the MCU, you can't go back to the past, right?
Right.
So with that in play, that means as soon as they went back in time, they already created a new timeline.
Right.
There's no correct way to do it. You can't actually go and do everything right, put everything back in place, and then that fixes everything.
Right.
So they actually, when they went back in time and they went to a timeline that they created, and when they came back, they came into another timeline that they created. Right. So once they interfere with time, they cannot return to that previous reality.
Right.
So I think that's probably what's going on.
Yep. And then also add on that, actually they thinking, you got to think about this, people, fans out there. They saying that the timeline was changed due to what happened in Endgame, which is actually not true. Time changed in Infinity War. Let me break it down to you. Doctor Strange. When Doctor Strange went and saw all what was like over 14 million different versions fighting Thanos, and only one that they win, that win was in another reality. Oh, that win, because the win they were going to lose. So what he did, he made, because remember, he said he wasn't going to give up the time gem. He wasn't going to give it up. He would let Tony and Peter Parker die. He would not give it up until he saw those different realities. Then it changed him up. Because I'm thinking in that last reality that when they won, he had to give up the time gem in order for them to win. So I'm guessing those other realities, he didn't give up the time gem and they all end up losing. So in order for him to by Doctor Strange giving that time gem up, it already switched timelines on that other timeline for them to win. So
that's a good point. What you done? I was just getting into what you were saying. Yeah, sorry about that.
Oh, it's all good. So therefore,
I'm trying to hold this thought in my head.
Yeah, true. So therefore, the timeline actually began in the Infinity War, not Endgame.
Would they do? Said, let me do you one better. Why, Gamora?
Yeah, right.
let me go with that type of feeling and do this. They've been on a different timeline ever since Doctor Strange even first used the time gem. When he manipulated time, he broke time.
Yes.
That's why at the end of Doctor Strange, they showed him look at his watch and it was broke, indicating that time has been broken. Therefore, the moment that they did that, they put themselves on Kang the Conqueror's attention list, if you know what I mean. They're on his radar. Yeah. Because they changed the timeline and he tries to be the master over time to control every timeline, because every timeline got to end up with him controlling everything because he's Kang the Conqueror. He want to conquer time itself. That means all realities, all multiverses or whatever. So time been broke since then. Yeah. The moment that he manipulated that apple, you can't mess with time, right? Mm-hmm. So he manipulated time right there. Mm-hmm. So either it changed then, or it changed when he was in New York in their battle against Dormammu, when he manipulated time there in such a way, because he undid things, right? He undid what had already happened. So therefore, they was on a new timeline at that point.
Yep. And then also with the apple, if you watch in the Doctor Strange apple, okay, when he bit the apple, he started doing the time change. Okay, the apple was having more and more bites in it. Then he did it in a way that it actually aged and died. Mm-hmm. And then he turned it back to the full apple. Yeah. Not to that part that he actually bit the apple, to the full apple. Yeah. But by him doing that, that changed the timeline, because it's not on the same timeline. It was actually, you had to actually keep that bite of apple there, because you got to think about it. Listen what incredible Professor Hawk told him. They got to put the gems back to the same place in order for the time stream to happen.
No, they were trying to preserve the timeline that the ancient one was currently on.
Oh, okay.
Which they can do that by return, because basically the only thing that was done to that timeline is those gems were taken, as far as we know, right? Mm-hmm. So if they return the gems, that set them back on track as much as it can be set on track, because they already on another timeline, just for the simple fact that they traveled there at all.
Right.
You see what I mean? So she probably knows that. She's just trying to make sure that they're going to be safe, that they're going to be okay. Right. That's why she didn't want to give up the time gem, because she knows she may need. Basically, anytime you're using the time gem, you're breaking time. Yeah. She may need to break time to preserve the reality she's currently in. Right. She can't worry about any other reality. She got to worry about the one she's in, because the other things exist, but at the same time don't exist. You see what I'm saying? It exists for her reality. Those other realities, even though it exists for somebody else, it don't really exist for her. Right. So they don't concern her to that degree, you know? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mama looked like Mama found the same information I did on Squirrel Girl. And also the last thing was the apple was left uneaten. But to get back to the Squirrel Girl thing real quick, she has squirrely type powers and some retractable claws, and can jump several stories. Superhuman strength and agility rather, enhanced sense of smell, sharp claws, retractable knuckle spikes that can slice wood. So, and even when I was trying to look it up, it was saying like she's been able to defeat villains that you have like no idea how she was able to do it. So I think that's a superpower.
I think it is. I'd say that's maybe it's some kind of probability manipulation. I have no idea. Like Black Cat do, she got like a slight probability manipulation. I think Domino does too. So I don't know. Maybe she's manipulating reality and don't even realize it. So it doesn't equate as a power she has yet. But based on what she's doing, there's got to be a lot more to it than what's on the surface or what the obvious is. There's got to be a lot more to it.
Yeah. She might have some sort of...
She should be to be panels.
And she might have some sort of like Marvel deity looking after her or something. Where she just...
Yeah, there's so many unknown factors. Yeah.
The apple thing though, I'm trying to remember. Was the apple originally had a bite in it? Or did he bite into it after he was done playing with it?
Well, I think he bit into it.
Before?
Yeah.
Well, my next question is, if he bit into it and then messed with it, does he still have that bite of apple inside him?
I don't know.
Wow, I don't know. I have no idea.
But he did make that at the end. He did make the apple back whole.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like
I would guess so. Yeah. He's undoing what happened, right?
Yeah.
So it's not in his stomach anymore.
Yeah. So therefore, Doctor Strange is the original. Doctor Strange in the MCU is the one that actually really truly changed the timeline.
Yeah. So basically, this whole time, Multiverse of Madness is his fault, and because he did that even before they manipulated time or he looked through time in order to deal with this Thanos situation.
Yep.
He did that on the whim because he was, an undisciplined fool and was experimenting with things that he shouldn't even experimenting with. Yeah, so basically, he violated their trust because what did they say? You can there's like no knowledge is forbidden, just certain practices.
Yeah,
and we see why those practices are forbidden.
Right.
But he's the type of person that's so arrogant and egotistical. If he don't see a problem with it, he's more likely to do it than actually consult someone to see if he's right or not. Basically think he knows it all. He's just arrogant. But that is a flaw that Doctor Strange is supposed to have. So. But he grows out of it. And that's when he really gets in it. Yeah.
Don't forget to hit that like. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, that like button, share us, and leave a comment. Let me know what you think.
And that notification bell. Please get notified because we need you. And comment if you like. If there's anything you want to see, a video you want us to cover, a battle you want us to have, if you like this debate, holla at a ninja.
Yeah, so.
Mama brought up a good point in the chat. They get referring to Squirrel Girl. They get defeated by underestimating her. Well, it's hard to take Squirrel seriously.
Yeah.
Oh,
genius.
Yeah, that is great. But back on that timeline, actually, what it was Doctor Strange that actually really changed the timeline, or less was the Ancient One, because the Ancient One said that she's seen multiple times.
Yeah.
She's been through multiple time screens. She always can come up to her death, but you can't see beyond. It's like the way she said it, though, that she can see all the way up into her death, but she could not see past Doctor Strange and what Doctor Strange would become. So that led me to believe she already saw Mordo and the rest of them was able to actually do that.
I would say that happened before the MCU existed, so it don't count. But I guess in a way, she validated it by saying it.
Yeah.
So since she said it, I think we probably have to count that. So as far as we know, but we don't know who the Sorcerer Supremes were before her, or if, basically the first one to break time. I guess we would have to say was her.
Yeah.
I just want to comment one more thing about squirrels. Anyone who's ever had a squirrel infestation in their house, take squirrels seriously.
Oh yeah, it's life. You got to take it seriously.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be our joke, Henry.
Oh, I didn't know it was a joke. I thought it was like, okay, my bad. Hold on.
Y'all ready to debate?
That's good.
When there's no debate. That's debate, period.
Y'all
perfect for the debate battle. Wow.
So it sounds to me like you're a lucky person that's never had a squirrel infestation chewing everything out of their walls. So that's why you don't understand.
I'm kind of glad I'm here right now because y'all need to be wrangled. I mean, that was a heated debate. I'm like, wow, they are just like, I am not going to lose. You said, damn Spider-Man, damn Black Widow, I'm not going to lose this fight.
Oh yeah, that's great, Mom. And then I want to see an Ancient One movie too.
Yeah, I love to see Ancient One.
Oh yeah, I'd love to see a film about the Ancient One.
Yeah,
I'd love to see that.
Oh,
that was a beautiful bird out the window over there.
Oh, nice.
It's so beautiful out here.
Oh, check this out though. And I forgot what I'm about to say, but we're gonna go ahead and speed past that, okay? But yeah. So it's a lot of things.
If anyone's making any comments, if anyone's making any comments, it's sorry we can't see any comments, so we can't respond to you. But we are picking up Mama Nin's comments for some reason, but we don't see anybody else's. Just to let you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. So we got you though, but
We'll be being censored too. It might be
shadow ban being censored.
You might be blocking anyone from coming in, but why can Mama Nin come in? Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, let's not do that. Let's not go there. Yeah.
So I know that they bringing it. Oh, the guy that played in if I remember correctly, the guy that played in Magneto in the old X-Men movies, I think they say he want to play. I think Dr. Doom. He want to play Dr. Doom. The guy that played. Oh,
you good? You don't have to move. I'm trying to move in closer so we won't get that digitization. See how that is? My hand right there, digitized.
Oh,
I'm trying to. Yeah, I was trying to stay where because when I get over here, look at that. You see that? Leave me. Yeah. Leave me.
Yeah.
Maybe it's that one right there doing it.
Maybe. Yeah, because he want to play Dr. Doom. The guy that played Magneto in the old X-Men movie, he want to play Dr. Doom. Now, I don't know a lot of people remember this, but you remember when Endgame, I know I keep saying it, but remember when Endgame was coming out and it was leaking set photos? Dr. Doom was on one of those set photos of Endgame. But he didn't ever show up because it was because I know people already made a whole bunch of videos about that. Yeah. It was a whole bunch of videos, and I saw set picture of a Dr. Doom and his whole Dr. Doom set. Now, one thing I wanted to say, all of this hypeness coming out and everything like this, none of this stuff might not even happen. Now, I'm pretty sure that Sam Raimi going to be directing Doctor Strange 2, and all this Nova Corps. I hope this happened. I hope it happened. But all this Nova Corps and all this stuff like this, that stuff probably won't even happen. But I just hope it happened. You know what I'm saying? But I also heard they saying that Kevin Feige want to do a Nova Richard Rider TV series for Disney Plus.
Excuse me. I'm so glad they're going with Richard Rider. Yeah. Because I really don't even want to see Sam Alexander. I really don't. Richard Rider is by far the most interesting of all the Novas. Yeah. So he wanna do that. Hopefully they will be able to do that. Now I want to get to the She-Hulk. They still looking for cast now. Leave it in comment. Let me know what y'all think about this because this right here. Because I actually went on Reddit. That's how I know this possibly going to be something. I actually went on Reddit. Ain't that how Reddit or Reddit? Reddit. I went on Reddit. I went to the Disney Plus on Reddit. And I said that I think they already have. Okay, it was I can't remember her name, but they want the She-Hulk to have her type of personality, and she's an actress. But they look for someone to cast that part, which logically that don't make any sense. Why would you look for someone to have that hurt? Why would you cast someone that will have her personality and she an actress? All you got to do is cast her, and what you're looking for, it will be there because you're looking for what she have, and she's an actress. Mm-hmm. Why are you saying that you're not hiring her? You're going for another cast member. You can look for someone else to cast. Logically, that don't make any sense. So I went to the Disney Plus on Reddit and say, well, I believe that they already cast She-Hulk is this actress here. Yeah. Because it don't make any sense. Why would you try to cast someone else? And what she have, what you're looking for, is actually in her. So technically, I believe that she's already cast. Now, I got a message saying, how do you know this? What is your source? I told him, I don't have a source. Well, you did say it was a theory.
Yeah, I did say it was a theory. I said, I don't have a source. This is what I theorized. This is what I'm thinking was possibly going to happen because it don't make no sense the other way. You know, they took down my comment and said I violated just by posting a comment, a theory comment, they took me down.
That's probably because you were right.
Yeah, because
because I mean, I think that's a sensible deduction. Because think about it, it's almost like they testing the waters to see how they respond to her playing that role.
Yeah,
and she'll either get or do not get the role based on the response. You know what I mean? So they either go with her or someone similar to her. Yeah, that's what she pretty much probably, you know, on a veil. Or she's available. They got her available for the role. And they trying to see how the hype is going to go. And then they can decide whether they go with her or not. It's like having your cake and eat it too.
Yeah.
And it's kind of smart. I mean, and we love the Marvel hype, so it's not really hurting anyone. It's just building hype. And then they know the future. They know if it's going to be successful or not using her. Just like so far, Marvel is very smart because they'll shoot films, but also calculate more time in filming just for reshoots. So that way, if something don't go over well, they can go back and change it, which I think is genius because it's like you're more of a chance that the movie that you end up with is going to be a really good one. So they're using their own captive audience to see the reaction of the actual film, but they still have more time for shooting, so they can go back and reshoot this and reshoot that, the parts that didn't go over well. It's kind of ingenious. And since they're doing that, that's more likely that they have the type of personality or the type of thinking to do this with the, what was her name?
I can't remember her name.
Well, yeah, to do something like that, you know, basically throw it out there, see what happens. If it works out well, they go with it. If not, they try something different. Yeah.
So, thanks, Mama.
I was point out Mama's comment that they shouldn't have taken down your comment. But
yeah, they definitely shouldn't.
Yeah, because if I remember when I was working with you on signing up for Reddit, and they have an issue if you don't post original content, how much more original can you get than your own theory?
You don't get more original than a theory. Yep. But Reddit, as far as I know, is still a public forum, right?
As far as I know.
Well, then that's illegal what they're doing.
Yep. Yeah, because they're trying to censor you.
Yeah, they're censoring you because they don't like what you said or like what you're doing, or it's something they don't want out because you never know who they're working for. Then, that, as far as I know, that's illegal because you can't act like you're a paid business and a public forum that has freedom of speech at the same time. So you got to pick one. You one or the other. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. And also Reddit also took down. If y'all out there keeping up with The Voice, like this season here, is this beautiful lady on there. I can't remember. I think her name is Kansas, but she's like she's Asian and she have a bald head and stuff like that, right? She got like big ears and have a beautiful smile. Beautiful lady. Beautiful. When I first watched her on The Voice, I'm looking at her. First thing pop in my head, Moon Knight. She have the perfect look for Moon Knight.
Moon Knight?
Not Moon Knight. Moon Dragon. Moon Dragon. Not Moon Knight. hey, that might happen in MCU, but I'm just saying. Moon Knight.
Cedric.
Moon Dragon.
I remember you shared that image. Yeah, she's beautiful.
Yeah,
she's absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
So I posted that on Reddit, on Marvel. I think Marvel Studios on Reddit about that picture. Like she looked perfect for Moon Dragon. How about they took down my post? They took down my post again and said I violated again.
We need to go.
I went to Disney Plus.
That's true. You know what? Yeah. We probably need to move on because everybody knows these people are doing things they shouldn't be doing. But after you finish, of course. Probably don't stay on this. What they doing crazy to us all the time because it's never going to end. It's never going to end, and everybody is aware of it. You know, hopefully things will change soon. Hopefully things will actually become fair and legal.
Yeah, I'm about almost done. I just wanted to shout that out for people to know that here at United Comic Universe, we call that first and let you know that our channel is actually being censored for no reason. We actually is a comic book channel, but I'm gonna go ahead and speed past that. So they saying that I think I saw something. I think
that's just so disturbing. What was supposed to be the problem? They didn't even tell you what was wrong.
They said we violated
what?
I don't know. I actually looked up the rules.
Mm-hmm.
I actually looked at the rules, and as far as I can tell, we did no violation whatsoever.
I mean, how's your opinion violating anything? That's your opinion.
Yeah, that's
maybe
exactly
next time you should ask them to quote the rule that you violated.
Oh, they're not going to do that.
No,
I mean, look at what other places do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, look what other places do. Other places. Look what other places do. They don't tell you anything. Don't even communicate with you. They just say they did something to you when they feel like even doing that. Because sometimes they just don't say nothing. You just discover that things are now screwed up because they did something to you, and don't even tell you why. That right there, that's definitely not legit. Because freedom of speech. You know,
mm-hmm.
You're not doing anything threatening. Nothing to slander or defame anyone.
Nope.
You're just talking about things you like, your opinion.
Yep.
You know, that's just like you take a picture of or do a selfie or something and you post it on Instagram. They take it down just because they didn't like the selfie you did, and there's no nudity, there's nothing inappropriate. They just don't like it. That means it's people behind a computer somewhere, you know, meting out what they like and what they don't like. Oh no, let's get rid of them. I don't like them. I don't like something they said. I don't like their opinion. I don't like their political views. So yeah, we're just gonna shut them down. Yeah, this madness has got to stop. It's illegal.
Yeah,
it's illegal, and eventually people are gonna get tired of it.
Yep.
And me personally, I would be scared to do that to people because if you do it enough, eventually people will gather together and bring it all down.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because majority rules.
Yep. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, so that's what you want to do. So
yeah, that's sad to hear, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure so many people's been
hit about it.
It's happened to so many people. Everybody know what we're talking about. So let's move on to the more fun stuff, right?
Right.
Yeah. Because I mean, with all these things, it's still wonderful. But imagine how they could be if people were being treated fairly.
Yep.
Yeah.
I got something I want to know. Why is the MCU not releasing movies video on demand when no one can go to the theater and all they have to do is charge you the average price of a theater ticket to buy the movie like you do with any other video on demand type thing? You buy the movie, you got one time to watch it, and then it's gone. They would make so much money because people would be watching and rewatching things like the Black Widow movie. Nobody can go to the theater. They all still want to see it. So you know they're going to buy it. They're going to watch it. They're going to buy it again. They're going to watch it again. They would probably make more
buy
money.
or rent.
Yeah. They would probably make more money off of that right now.
I'm thinking they should, like, you know, if they're going to do that VOD, then you know, the buy it price is the buy it price. The rental price should be the price that, you know, basically of a movie ticket, what a movie ticket would be. So if you want to go see the movie again, then you can just rent it again, you know. And but it's not like, you know, how they do sometimes where you have 24 hours and all that kind of stuff. Like you watch it once, that's it. Just like a movie.
Right.
And you have that choice or purchase it. But first have it as a rental for a while, and when those sales slow down, then have it available for purchase. Then you watch as much as you like. Yeah. I agree with that because let me tell you why I agree with that. Because I believe with that and also still releasing it in the theaters when it is possible to release it, you might do better than you actually realize you may do.
Yep.
And then you basically have a captive audience. Everybody's at home. You really have a lot of leeway with that price, if you know what I'm saying. You know, greed, you know, you come close to greed, but not quite there, if you know what I'm saying. You can get a really good price. I think you got a point.
You could charge $15 or $20 for the rental of the movie. People will pay that for it.
Yeah.
Because they got nothing else to do, and by now everyone's probably watched the entire MCU.
And then it's Marvel, so what? They still will go see it in the theaters.
Exactly.
I mean, some people won't, but you already gonna have that money from home.
Yeah. Exactly. And the ones who the really hardcore fans, the ones who gotta see it in the theaters, like JoninSho said, are gonna go see it when it's in theaters. You don't have to have it released as long.
I definitely would go see it.
So that's what we would do.
I mean,
at least once. and then still go see it in the theaters when it's available. And then you can, when it's the normal time to release it on DVD, you have it available to buy.
Yeah, I probably try to watch it multiple times. I mean, like you got so many, because you got to think about it. I like the idea too. At first, you rent it for that time, like you're going to the movies. And you keep renting, like like if you can, like kind of like extend it to how long it was staying in the theaters. Say like rent it for like a month or 2 or 3 months, and then after that, you can actually rent it.
Like buy it. Right?
No, like rent it. Like how you can rent something from
Oh, you mean like watching as many
Amazon.
times as you want in a given time period type rental?
No, you know, I think that's what you're saying. You're not like
well, if you're trying to treat it like you're selling tickets, you shouldn't do that. They should have to pay every time.
Yeah, just like a movie theater.
Yeah.
So that they need to simulate the money they would make off of having it in theaters when they can't actually have it in theaters.
Yeah, they're like okay, so I was thinking like they give you that same thing with the theaters, but they give you up to a couple months, like how long it was actually kind of like they stay in the theaters.
Yeah.
And then they put it on DVD. Then you put it on DVD, like kind of like rent it, like stream rent it, like you know, like on Amazon, you can rent a movie, but you got like 36 hours to watch it, kind of like that. And then after a while, you can actually put it up for purchase, like 3 steps with it.
Are you?
That's like how they do now.
Can
like,
I ask you a question? Are you meaning after the simulated movie theater situation, have it up like for like, say like you said, 36 hours? You watch it as many times as you want in that 36 hours. Okay. And but the original setup is you buy it, you watch it, that's it. You don't have to buy it again to watch it again.
I don't think they should do that. I don't think they should do it that way. I think they should make it like theaters. Every time you want to watch it, you got to go pay for a ticket. That's what I think. And then after that run is done, then have it available for purchase. Or if you want, you might be able to be more strategic with it. Don't have it available for purchase until the movie sales are done. When you're actually able to release it in theaters, then after the theater run is over, then have it available for purchase. So it'll be rent, then the theaters, and then available for purchase.
Yeah.
And if they're like so focused on greed where they can't actually see reality, it's not going to be too many audiences where it's going to be a large audience. So it's not like you're going to be able to pay for one movie ticket and a whole bunch of people see it. You know, it's not going to be a whole lot of that going on because it's not too many large groups that are being quarantined in their homes. It's usually small groups, 4, less, sometimes a little more, depending on, you know, whatever. But I mean, you can't calculate that variable, but you can't be that greedy where you become irrational. You know, you can accommodate that by still releasing it in the theaters.
And also the people will purchase it multiple times. So
Yes,
rent
they
it
will.
multiple times.
Just like you go to the theaters. And you're actually more likely to purchase it multiple times at home because you don't have to travel.
And you don't have anything else to do.
Exactly.
And another thing, because right now, that movie right there will break records if they put it on video demand because everybody gonna flock and watch that movie multiple times over and over. Because you got people right now that will go watch that movie 3 times a day. They'll watch it to enjoy it. They'll watch it to actually start see what they can crack, find out Easter egg, and they watch it the 3rd time before that extra run for when they're watching that.
And they can also do this.
Second run.
They can put out a poll at the end of the movie. Would you still see this in theaters?
That was all you. That was your fur.
Stop shedding. And they can put out just at the end, yes or no, do you still want to see this in the theater? So that they can gauge people's reactions.
Yeah.
And if they get enough votes, like a couple 100,000 people want to still see it in the theater, then they know they're safe to actually release it in the theater without losing money from that, because people still want to go see it. And then if they get way more people saying no than yes, they can just go from the rental to the DVD because they know they're not going to make that much money trying to put it in the theater.
Yeah, they can do that, but I don't think they need to do it that way because people won't flock to the theaters regardless if they saw it. because people want to see that
theater experience.
Theater
experience. Yeah. I mean, I think it's definitely such a thing as a theater experience. Because why would they go so far with some of the theaters?
Yeah.
Some theaters you go to, like IMAX, is absolutely ridiculous. You know, that's why you can have old movies that's been released in that format, and you get surprisingly more people to come out and watch it.
Right, and they sell
like Star Wars, when they re-released the old Star Wars in IMAX and stuff like that. A lot of people still want to see it. You know,
don't get me started on.
But then that is Star Wars too. Yeah.
Don't get me started on things they changed when they tried to add. Scenes.
Yeah, we're not getting started on that. Yeah, we're not trying to get a Ninja rant because that'd be like $5.
So that's
that girl would go.
Yeah, and that will actually be. I think they should release. I mean, even the guy that played Red Guardian, he felt like they should have released Black Widow on video demand. I mean, if they were actually, okay, think about this, people. Think about this. If they were being smart with it, they should have just released Black Widow on video demand for that one day it's supposed to come out.
The internet would break.
The internet, all that money would have flocked to that, and they would have got mad money, and then just for that day, don't play it again, and then give it to the theaters. Then everybody go back to the theaters for one. They want to watch it, enjoy it again, and it's like I said, a lot of fans out there have a channel like ours and want to actually go and watch our Easter eggs. So, because it really don't make any sense unless they're doing a lot of reshoots. But as far as everybody know, the movie is done. It's just ready to be released. Why would not just release that one day when it actually is supposed to come out? Just release that one day, because a lot of people would have actually flocked to that. You know, just release it.
I think I know why they wouldn't be able to do that, because if it's known, right, that they only gonna play it this one time, you know, that's different in the theaters because you know they have a run for a while. Mm-hmm. So if they're trying to make it some kind of exclusive time offer, then it would actually, like she said, break the internet. Their servers wouldn't be strong enough to have all that streaming going on at one time. So it should be impossible for them to do unless they got $1 trillion to put into servers. I don't think they're going to expand their businesses just for one movie.
And they might still actually not get as many viewers because some people are still working. And, and the time zone factor. You know, like not everybody can just make that one day available. People have different things going on in their lives, and they're gonna be pissed if they want to see that movie so bad.
And not able to see it. That's why I think they should just treat it like the theaters.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. So I'm guessing they should have released it for video demand. I don't know why they hold on. The only thing I can say that they're doing some type of reshoot.
I think they're worried about. Excuse me. I think they're worried about devaluing the reputation of the MCU and basically that film in general that we're talking about, Black Widow. I think they worry about devaluing. But see, they're so focused on that, I'm guessing. I don't know what the hell they're going to do. But maybe they're so focused on that they can't see around that. It's like when you come into a wall, you're supposed to figure out a strategy to get the best out of your new current situation.
Right.
You have a captive audience. They have nothing else to do, like Ninjetta was saying. They have nowhere to go. They have more time, but less mobility.
Right.
So more of a chance someone's going to buy that film.
Yep.
And that's why I say just make it like a movie ticket. And multiple people will purchase it multiple times. And then you can still do the theater release. Come on now, this is the MCU. Who is not going to go see it in the theaters? Even if you have a reduction, if you have those practical people, those like somebody who penny pension ain't got a lot of money right now, they might not want to go to the theaters because they already paid for it, whatever. But you got way more people who are willing to go see it in the theaters after they already seen it at home than people that don't. So between the multiple rentals that's going to happen, like a theater, you know, then releasing it in the theaters, and then making it available for actual purchase, and then after that, make it able to be rented again. I believe if you capitalize on that situation, you know, advertise it that way, get everybody aware, and more people's going to be aware because more people's watching right now. I believe you may come out the same or better, maybe better.
There's another angle that this just made me think of, is that the people who would normally have said, "Nah, I'm not spending all that money on a movie ticket. I'll wait till it comes on DVD."
Yeah.
They'll rent it.
Yep.
And then they're more likely to go, "Man, I wish I could have seen this in the theater."
Mm-hmm.
And then the theater release comes out. They've already seen it, but now they're hooked on it.
Yeah,
so they're going to actually do what they wouldn't normally do and actually pay the extra to go see it in the theater. And also, if they release it when, if they release it right after people are able to actually go out and move around again, what do people normally do? You tell them they can't do something for a certain period of time. As soon as they're able to do it again, what do? They go overboard with it.
So basically, you said it's pent up demand.
Yeah, exactly.
I totally agree with that.
So
because I know I miss my Korean barbecue. I'm ready to like go to a Korean barbecue anyway. You know what I'm saying? Mm. So that's pent up demand right there. I mean, everybody should be agree with that. If you can't do the things that you normally do, and you're used to doing those things, it kind of will, emotionally affect you, make you depressed. So the moment you have the opportunity to engage in that desire, you're gonna go nuts on it.
And they can take advantage of that twice. Once on the video on demand release, and then again on the theater release. And I think the theater release would be even more successful because the people that already have seen it on their small TVs at home are going to be hyped to see it on the big screen, probably more than they would have been normal.
Fans, yeah. And there's a lot of fans. There's a lot of dedicated, based on how many channels we see that's about the MCU. That's a good assumption, I think.
Mm-hmm. Oh, but one thing I want to say, okay, they saying that WandaVision and the Falcon and the Winter Soldier most likely possibly still be released this year. Mm-hmm. And both of them will come out before Black Widow now. I'm kind of, what's don't make any sense to me. At a point in time, they were saying that Black Widow is the movie going to pretty much lead in certain things. Like they're going to show connection to the mutants, or probably show connection probably to Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and it'll probably show some connection to this TV show, as far as my understanding what was going on with that. Now the movie's getting released in November the 6th. So technically WandaVision, the TV shows and stuff, will come out before her. How would that happen? So therefore, if that's the case, Black Widow have no connection to that show. But it don't make any sense to me because it really don't. Because I thought they both don't have some connections.
They're screwing up the timeline by doing
so this. Yeah, so basically I'm thinking what they probably
not really. You can't really see they screwing up the timeline because think about Black Widow itself. This,
Yeah.
And plus they've been known to show things out of order anyway. Mm-hmm. So I think that's acceptable.
Yeah. So I'm thinking because it's supposed to be connection, right? Black Widow movie would be connection to those TV shows, as I remember. So what they did, they moved Black Widow to November the 6th. So what is they doing at this moment between this gap? Is they actually doing reshoot for that connection will not have for that connection for they can make sense of that connection?
That's interesting.
Because if they don't clarify that, it's not going to make any sense. Because like I said, Black Widow supposed to be the first thing in the phase 4, right? And phase 4 that start up everything. Yeah, that timeline is all messed up, moment. Yeah, like Black Widow supposed to be what the stepping stone that start off phase 4. Mm-hmm. But now it looking like possibly they're going to be Falcon and the Winter Soldier or WandaVision, and that Black Widow supposed to be connected to all of those. So they probably doing some reshoots. If they doing reshoots, that's probably explains why they ain't really giving Black Widow promotion like they supposed to give Black Widow promotion. Because for my understanding, through all the movie production and everything, and all the stuff they got in works, what they telling us at least, Black Widow is already finished and done. We just waiting for that to be released. So why are we not getting any promotion with that? They should be doing all type of promotion. They should be having. I mean, you really don't see Scarlett Johansson promoting the Black Widow movie right now. that should be heavy. I mean, you don't see what the guy that played Red Guardian promoting. You don't see Scarlett Johansson promoting. You don't see the Giant promoting. You don't see any of the other Black Widows promoting. And this is the time to promote that movie. They don't have to reveal anything, but keep everybody in mind of Black Widow, or do some kind of leak or something. Let somebody know what's going on, or do another trailer. Drop another trailer. Show more about Black Widow, because right now it don't make no sense to me why we get all this other hype like what, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, WandaVision. You know, I ain't hate about none of this stuff, but you know, Doctor Strange 2, Shang-Chi. We getting all this other information what's going on in the studio, but we getting the very first movie supposed to start off everything. We getting nothing with that. We just got
maybe I'm not sure, but maybe they feel that they've shown like what they're willing to show about that movie, that they really don't have much to work with. So they're going with some of the other products in development. And they got pushed back, didn't they? But ain't Black Widow still the first thing gonna be released?
Oh no, not.
So what is it gonna be released?
I think it's gonna be WandaVision. WandaVision. No. Falcon and the Winter Soldier in August.
Okay, if they're connected, it's still okay, I think, because basically Black Widow is a prequel. So really, they can throw that out at any time. So you don't really need to see that movie before any of the others, because it's basically going to be giving us a view that we haven't seen before. So it's basically a flashback movie.
Mm-hmm.
So they can release that at any time. Yeah.
How would it be connected to the show?
It would be connected to the shows by the simple fact that Black Widow is in it. And we get more of her backstory.
Oh, okay.
And maybe whatever it is that they're going to introduce in Black Widow does not affect, negatively the other things that they're going to show first. For example, let's just make up something. Let's say if Red Hulk, or more with Red Hulk, is going to be shown in Black Widow, right? It's going to be showing something basically in Red Hulk's past, not his present, that might connect that and Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So that would be happening before Falcon and the Winter Soldier, right?
Right.
But if we saw Falcon and the Winter Soldier and that movie happens and everything, it doesn't affect what we see, because that would be their past.
Right.
So what we would be doing is getting another view on those characters.
Right.
Just like you could go back in Spider-Man's history and show when he first got his spider powers or whatever, right?
Right.
But that's been played out so many times. That's why they didn't even go there, because they showed that so many times. You don't need to know their backstory. But that's why, we can still enjoy it without that backstory, right? Everybody knows Spider-Man, right?
Right.
But everybody also know those characters, right? Well, at least the main, fans, that's, the read some comics and everything like that. So I think you can release Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and whatever connects them can still be connected, even if you show that first, because that happened in the past.
Right.
So you'll be just getting more information on it.
Right. Just
like we found out about Thanos' past when they crossed over into the timeline. But we dealt with a past Thanos compared to the first Thanos we dealt with, which was the future Thanos. And everything still was fine, right? We just basically got more of his backstory. So that means Red Hulk, I don't know if he is, but let's just say he did. Red Hulk could appear in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and everything be fine. And then we could watch Black Widow and be like, oh, so that's how he got up to that point. They still connected,
I hope they that smart.
I just want.
Oh, they are. Probably.
We've been going for almost 2.5 hours. I just want to make sure we.
2.5 hours?
I'm like.
How hot is it? Is we hot? I don't see.
I know we just had 3 up in there a few times. They might be still in there. Ain't no telling.
Yeah.
They drop numbers on us all the time.
I guess maybe we cover one more topic, and then call it a day, and then whoever want to see this video can watch it later. Now what we're gonna talk about? Star Wars. I'm down. I don't know a whole lot about Star Wars, but I do like Star Wars.
Mm-hmm. I won't rant about what they did to the original.
So we got 3 people, and that's really cool.
Yeah. Is that the magic word?
You said 3 people in?
Yeah, 3 people in.
Hi, everybody.
All right, what's up?
Hey, you see you. Visitors, please hit that subscribe button. Get notified. Like button if you like it. If not, like it down. Either way, whatever you like. So we know, what you want.
And if you're trying to comment, I know Mama Nan's been sending up a lot of comments, but it might not be working for everybody, so we're not ignoring you. We just can't see you.
Yeah, if you are commenting, it's not appearing. Yeah.
So.
And thanks for coming out.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, well, since Mama Nan is veering from where she is there something that you would like us to discuss?
Yeah.
You see, you family member Mama Nan? Or anybody? But yeah, until we get a response.
So I
Do you know anything about it?
I mean, keep out for other people speaking.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thanks, appreciate that.
Oh, appreciate that, Mama Nan.
Yeah.
He's saying that what's his name? Bubble.
Fett? Yeah, I said it.
Being supposed to be coming in the Mandalorian second season, and supposed to have the original guy that actually played in the last.
Did you say Bubble Gut?
I don't think
You mean Boba Fett?
Boba Fett, yeah. I'm not too big. I'm not a huge Star Wars fan, so if I screw that up,
that would be really funny if that's what you said.
I've chatted with a few other Star Wars fans. I do have some gaps in my knowledge because I did not watch the anime. Because at the time when it came out, I didn't know it was actually part of the actual Star Wars timeline. I thought it was an offshoot for the kids or whatever. But they are now including that. That's funny.
Y'all need any water? Y'all got water?
I got water over there, but I'm good.
Hurry up and get this and close it down.
Yeah. So.
Oh yeah. So you don't need me to go grab some water for you?
I'm good, thank you. Though.
Okay. Okay.
So basically, they're now including that storyline. Disney is including that storyline into the Star Wars canon knowledge.
Yeah.
So Boba Fett is not actually a Mandalorian, from what I have learned.
Yeah.
He got that armor from somewhere. His armor is not even made of the proper metal. It's made of Durasteel. It's not made of Beskar. So I'm thinking that he had someone copy the Mandalorian armor as like a fear factor type thing to scare people because they're such renowned bounty hunters. That's what I think he's doing.
Excuse me, let's pause for a minute. Mama didn't ask the question there.
Are there any plans for team versus team or two against one?
So like a debate?
Mama then says, are there any plans for teams versus teams or 2 against 1? Sounds good to me.
The debate we're talking about?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to find out. We're talking about the debate. Oh, okay.
What do you think, Fenrir? You think that's something we should do in the future?
Yeah, I'm down for it in the future. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah. Let's just say it's in the works.
It works.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah, he's not an actual Mandalorian. I think unless he's showing up to get his butt kicked by the real Mandalorians for imitating them, I feel like he shouldn't be in the Mandalorian because that's supposed to be about them. But people were trying to, like at that last scene where Mando was trying to help out that new bounty hunter that ended up double-crossing him. There was a person that had walked up on the person that he had killed that they were supposed to be bringing in. There was a lot of hot debate on who that person might be. A lot of people were saying they wanted it to be Boba Fett, and then they were debating, going around who that might be. I don't want him showing up. He died in the original Star Wars. They don't need to be bringing random people back again. And Jango Fett is dead too. Now they were debating like they think he might have crawled out of that pit. I don't think he crawled out the pit. The thing was digesting people, and his armor is just Durasteel. It's not Beskar. So I'm like, how would he be able to crawl out the pit and nobody else did? I think it's unrealistic. There's just so many Boba Fett fans that they're trying to make it work. But I don't want him in the Mandalorian. I want to be focused on the actual Mandalorians. If they do try to bring him in for some reason, I want them to kick his butt.
I mean, why are they bringing him in though?
That's what I'm saying. They might just be doing it because people were talking about it, and because I don't know why people love villains so much. But
well, besides the fact that he's a villain, I feel that that's an appropriate thing to do because that's what the fans. Right. You got to remember, none of this shit is real anyway. It's all entertainment. So if that's what the fans want, that's what you do. But this is also business, so not just because of what the fans want, but because of that cheddar. You give the fans what you want, they give you what you want. You know what I'm saying? There's a mutual respect, man.
Yeah, it's kind of from what I was seeing in the thing I was. It's like kind of split between the ones who are just fans in general and the ones who are actually really following the storyline.
That's what everything. That's what everything.
So I guess
my theory of what I do is I see everything other than the original material as fan fiction. And sometimes it's kind of interesting to see it done a little different. That's why I kind of like what Kevin Feige does. He changes it up. He does it in a way that's not exactly like it was done before. And so far, it's went over well. It's pretty intriguing. You might not like it when you first hear it, but when you see it come to film, you can accept it because you remember, you love this stuff. Yeah. So you're basically seeing more of what you love. Multiverse of madness.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, I just want to say last one thing. Nobody knows anything about Yoda's race. I'm hoping they use the Mandalorian as a way to actually talk more about his race since the child is in it, and actually give some people some information about where they come from, their planet, why they're so strong with the Force, and all that kind of stuff. I think it would be a great opportunity, and I hope they take it.
All I heard was Baby Yoda. I'm good with anything. Anything that's more Baby Yoda, I'm good with it.
Me too. Yeah, okay, I'm good.
Okay, so we're about to end this. I just wanted to let y'all know a little bit of housekeeping. Join our Mama Nin Final Fantasy Remake tomorrow live stream at 12 p.m. But we start at 11:50 a.m. 10 minutes gap to get everybody a chance to get in there before we actually start doing the live stream. So please check us there on this channel at 12 p.m. tomorrow. Not only will be actually game plan, but we will have great.
Sorry, Mama didn't help us out. Monday.
Oh, okay. So it won't be until Monday.
Yeah. Mama is the one playing the game.
Yeah, Mama say Monday, then it's Monday because
it was Sunday.
No, tomorrow's Sunday.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I was just thrown for a second.
Get it now?
Don't you take my weekend away.
Okay, so
Mama is not available to play the game until Monday. Yeah.
So it won't be a live stream tomorrow for us remake the gameplay, but it's a possibility that I might be doing a live stream. I might have JoninSho might pop up or UnitedComicsUniverse might pop up. But if I have time tomorrow, basically actually due to my health issues, I'll be doing a live stream with y'all guys tomorrow. I'll be doing a comic talk, and we'll be talking about multiple things about comic again. And I will be sending out a reminder to you guys to let y'all know when the time will be. And also I was sending on my Twitter. So if you haven't follow me on Twitter, please follow me on Twitter. I post there every day, and also my Facebook, even my UnitedComicsUniverse comic community on Facebook. I post that on my regular Facebook, and I post it on my comic page Facebook. So go to there, and I always put updates on there. And also, please check us out when we always have fun. And also Monday, continue to go to the game the live streaming game on Monday at 12 p.m. Not only we do gaming, but we'll also do Marvel trivia, comic book trivia. We also do versus battle into the chat.
Which could turn into a debate battle again.
Yeah, and also could turn into a debate battles. And right now, currently, you see you champion.
Oh, the latest news.
Oh, and also for the latest news.
Yeah.
And also UCU champion now is Wolverine. We haven't got anybody that'd be able to take out Wolverine. Well, but if you want to do a debate, feel free to come in and start debating. I'm trying to do this thing right here.
Yeah, but I'm trying to make a comment because you said no one can beat Wolverine, but we intentionally avoided certain opponents because they were villains and we didn't want them to beat Wolverine.
No, you should no. Okay, you lost me what I was saying. Can you finish? Can you
Come
finish?
to the live stream. Lots of good conversation, cloud smashing boxes, lots of fun.
And also check out our other videos too. And also please hit that subscribe button and like, share, comment, and also join us on the live stream. If you have any ideas that you want me to live stream or anybody want any specific thing you want to live stream about, please send it to my email, finredmoon777gmail.com, or you could just watch one of my videos and post it there. I got a whole bunch of videos. I got predictions that actually really came true. Like Captain Marvel saved Tony Stark. I'm the only one that predicted that, as far as I know. And I predicted that like a day after I saw Captain Endgame. And also I have an Easter egg with Black Widow that I believe that Dutch Giant is actually going to be the Dreadnought 2000. If you don't know who Dreadnought 2000 is, check out that Black Widow video. It's them on my channel. And also, please support us at Patreon. I know the situation now, what's going on. People don't have the money to spend like that, so donate whatever you can. If you don't want to go to Patreon, please donate on my PayPal. And also, I want to also let y'all know that time is crazy right now. We could actually risk the chance that we have or be attacked by EMP. Is you protected from that? Also, look on my channel, look right here, you will see a link to EMP Shield. Basically, that a unique device that was created for people like you and I that we can connect to our power boxes. So if our power do cut off or we have a power outage, that will protect our power. And then we can actually, then when the power actually come back on, we won't have to actually wait till them actually come out here and fix the problem. It automatically come back on. And also, if you have a backup generator, you can have that EMP shield connected, so if the power do go off, it won't damage any. Like you get a lightning strike, you know how you get a lightning strike, it damage all your system, damage all your wires and everything. That prevent that power outage. That prevent for even survive one lightning strike. That it protect your electricity from that, like the wires of your house. And for EMP attacks, you know what EMP attacks, when that hit, everything's cut off. But long if everything is connected into a socket, if you have that EMP shield connected, you would not lose anything, because that EMP shield protect your equipment from being overloaded. That's not only work for your house, it actually work for like your vehicles. It work for like solar panels, it even work for your generator. So if you purchase that, you're making a really good buy, because right now, like I say, things is crazy right now. You see what's going on in the world right now. You don't know what may happen. So be protected, protect yourself, protect your family, and please hit that link down below. If you don't even have to buy it, but hit that link, go check it out and see what's going on, for you to be protected from that. Not playing with you guys. I'm trying to, I'm trying to survive out here, you know what I'm saying? So please go hit up that. And also check out my videos. If anything the guests needed to say, we're about to be out of here.
Just one thing. You quoted the wrong movie. You predicted that Captain Marvel would save Iron Man after Infinity War, because she saved him in Endgame. You said you predicted it after you watched Endgame.
No, I said he predicted the person that would save her, would save Tony Stark.
Right. I think he actually said he predicted it right after he watched Endgame.
No.
Oh, my bad.
I didn't catch it anyway, unless I was, because I already know what he's saying. I might have been like so focused on what I was thinking that I didn't hear it. Yeah, but
maybe I misheard it. But yeah. For whatever happened, he predicted it after watching Infinity War before she actually did it. So yeah, whatever actually was said, that was what was talking about.
Yeah, what you said is true.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So anything you need to say, JoninSho, before we end this?
Yeah.
Cool. So we're about to.
I'll see you again. Good to see you, and thanks for coming out. Yeah. Please subscribe. Please like. Please get notified.
Absolutely. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully.
Oh, and if you got some information for us or collaboration, hit Red Moon's Gmail.
Yeah, any collaboration. We're more happy to collaborate with anybody out there. So, like I say, hit that subscribe button, that like, share, comment. Also, hit that EMP shield link down below. Go check it out. Protect your family from EMP attack, power outages, even a single lightning strike. Protecting yourself and your family, because you know when the lights go out, all these creepy crawlers come out. And also, yeah, hit me up on Patreon. Or if not, hit me up on PayPal. If not, we still love you. We still doing this for you guys. And I just want to say, before we out, remember, we are comics. And don't forget to hit that like up. Don't forget to hit that like.